Welcome in, everybody. Saturday, February 24th, Heritage Signature Auction Day 2. I mean, I don't think I'm saying anything surprising when I say yesterday's auction was kind of freaking hype. Like, yesterday's auction was pretty damn good. Especially, like, the biggest thing I think, you know, we've had, I don't know, 12, 24 hours to think about everything there. A lot of stuff above, like above the $10,000, even above the $20,000 mark, like, the really big stuff was selling pretty damn well. Mario 2 did well. Tekken, the Zelda, I think, did freaking fantastic at 288K. Proctal Exam, great name. NWC sold for 84,000. Like, there was a lot of love at the, even like, yeah, just at the higher amounts. I think that's what the market has really been missing the most now. Because in the past, I don't know, say 6 months or so, I appreciate you being here, Proctal. In the past 6 months or so, I would say the market has been pretty steady for the most part. A little bit of drop here, a little bit of up there, but like, you know what I mean? Not doing much. The biggest issues we still saw on everything was the stuff that's worth 50,000 or more was still falling by 20, 30, 40% when it came up for auction. You got outbid at 65,000 on NWC for a client? Yeah, like the NWC did really freaking well. Here is Doom, shareware version to start off the auction. We actually do have some nice factory sealed PC games here to start things off. So Doom, shareware, 75.
Next lot.
Basically impossible to get a real version. Like shareware is shareware is what you can expect to get. So 1,920 bucks there. Doom 2 VG85 big box. And I'm wondering what you guys think about the auction there yesterday. How do you guys feel about everything coming into Signature Day 2? And welcome in Big Box Game Shock. Shockla, Chris, Jesse Turner, Crypto Esquire, HC, L7, HC again, Renex Machina. Appreciate you being here, L7. Paul Jack, House the Moose, Poker Face Daily. Hope you're doing well. Wooden Leg Studios, Elijah Lewis, congrats again on your VGA 90 frickin' Smash Bros, my guy. Craig, welcome in, you guys. Brian Baker, Final Fantasy 2 did great. There's an 8.5A plus coming up in the showcase. It'll be interesting to see how it does. Yeah, I agree. I agree fully. That'll be definitely interesting to see. So the Final Fantasy 2 and 3 did, like, incredible. Doom 2 just sold for 1,560. StarCraft 85 plus. Big box here. Collector's edition with Terran cover on it. These StarCraft collector's editions are valuable. And I don't know if we've ever even seen the this cover come up for sale. Looking for almost 4,000 on it right now.
$3,400. $3,600.
You know the NWC winner, Mark. There we go. I'm just curious, Mark. Like, a lot of the debating if all of those extras, like the photos, those badges, was that a big consideration for the person who won it? Or was it just like they wanted the NWC cartridge? I don't know how much extra value those badges, I think it was 24 photos. Like, I don't know how much extra value that stuff added. 84,000 for like a 6.5 was big. You think it was a consolation? The cart was the main goal? That's what I think. Like, that's what I think, is that the rest of the stuff might have been, you know, a few $1,000s consideration.
$4,000.
I don't know, though. I don't know. I'm not like an NWC historian, you know what I mean? The StarCraft Terran version here is pushing its way up to almost 5,000 now. 6.5 is a huge step from the 5.5s that have been asking 70K, etc. too, for sure. For sure.
Next lot.
6.5, I mean, the eye appeal of that 6.5 that just sold looked pretty darn good. So, Terran StarCraft goes for 4,560. Dumb fuck Cluck. Welcome. Doing fantastic. You love this game? I never played StarCraft 1. I played a little bit of StarCraft 2, but I wasn't a big RTS guy to begin with. Like, I just didn't play StarCraft, Warcraft. Like, I was more into Diablo and stuff. Ultima, Escape from Mount
Fair
Drash. This is very good. Complete in box for the Commodore. 1983. Is this like the first Ultima ever or something? What the hell is this? We're pushing over $2,000. Among this relatively small batch of copies produced, this game stands as a testament to early gaming excellence.
$2,400.
Undergoing meticulous verification process, we can assure its authenticity. Box, cassette, manual, and registration card all bear distinctive hallmarks of genuine articles.
Fair warning.
Is it like the start of the Ultima series? This thing is thrashed, man.
$800.
Like, look at the condition of this. And we are pushing over $3,000. Holy smokes here.
Fair warning.
Out of my price range with the VIC-20 Ultima is unbelievably rare and a holy grail in the Ultima world. Jesus, man. You're saying it all right there. 3,120. 3,120. That's nuts, man. Like, imagine if one in good condition came up, I guess. Jeez. SPL 8.0 here. What is this? Is Atari, isn't it? Yeah, Atari 2600 SPL by Tiger Vision. CGC 8.0. It looks like if you touch that box, it will crumble. Once in a lifetime rare.
$480.
I mean, yeah, it has to be, right? Like, the people showed up here. It has to be once in a lifetime rare. Pretty frickin' crazy there. That's interesting. It's always fun when you see, like, it's always fun when I see something I've literally never seen before. And that counts as something I have never seen before. You're in the market to buy an NWC this summer. Those extras were a small factor for you?
Fair warning.
Fair. Like, I just can't think anyone spending anyone spending $84,000 on that was like putting big consideration on those extras. SPL goes for $600. We don't have too much Atari today. Just 5 games, and we have another console. This one being a 70 plus. It's also a black version. If you guys remember yesterday, we had the black Atari system that you have to like open.
Fair warning.
If you guys remember that, and this one is I believe this is the older model now that actually opens on the side like a normal Atari box. I believe. Master of the Universe He-Man was a VGA 85 for $1,560. Missile Command is a VGA 90. Mid-production copy here. Yeah, I know this one's qualified. Yes, I do know this one is qualified, the 70 plus here. For sure.
$420. $460.
Gaming started on cassette tapes for you kids into history, thus the Zelda cassette manual. Yeah, this is too old for me, Game Gallery. Too old for me. I don't know anything prior to a cartridge. The Missile Command, VGA 90 here, mid-production. I don't know.
Fair warning.
I don't know how much earlier you can get Missile Command. You know what I mean?
$1,600.
$552 there. You're only 56. Yeah, Young Spry 56 there, Game Gallery. Young Spry 56.
Fair warning.
Pac-Man 9.0 WATA NS here.
Next lot. $1,800.
Pac-Man going for $1,800 into Pitfall 9.6 A++ green box early production. Didn't we have Pitfall absolutely pop off?
Fair warning. $2,000.
I'm pretty sure Pitfall sold for $8,400. Oh my god, but December 21st. Can we get that open there?
2,000.
Oh my gosh, Pitfall.
Fair warning.
8,400. What was the grade? It doesn't show the grade.
Next lot. $280. $320.
A 9.2A plus dark green box went for $8,400. December 2023. I don't know. I still don't know what's up with that. Is it paid?
$380.
Looks like it was paid. That's quite the sale there on Pitfall. Tonight's copy, early production 2400, 9.6 A++. Dark equals first?
Next lot.
If that's the case, I can kind of get it. But Jesus. That was big. Super Breakout 432 VGA 90. The Atari 2600 Black Console 70 Plus qualified. Did you guys buy anything yesterday? Any buyers, sellings yesterday? I'm curious if you guys got anything.
$50.
Curious how you guys did with the auction there.
$1,300.
The Atari 2600 70 Plus qualified, pushing up over $1,000 still. Sometimes it'll just say Chris Larson, like unpaid.
$1,500.
It'll say not sold, actually, I think are the words it uses. So like in the spot where you see, you know, the price, it'll just say not sold.
Fair warning.
I don't know, Pokerface. I don't know. 2 of them today. Very odd. Very odd.
$700.
It's super odd because I assume it's like a real person trolling like that, and it's just like, man,
$800.
like, it's Saturday. Like, what are you doing, man? This is your weekend, my guy. Go do something. Go do something with your time. I don't know, Pokerface. It's always weird when people troll like that.
Next lot. $3,000.
We got Monster Rosa today. Rosa. You think the provenance and extras had a huge impact on the sale? I mean, hey, sup, yo. You can reach out to Mark, I guess, and ask if the buyer really cared about it. That's why I was curious to hear firsthand, because, you know, it's all speculation one way or the other, but one dude out there paid $84,000, and I mean, it's his call at the end of the day if those extras really mattered to him. The Atari 2600 closes at $2,000. Mickey Mouse Game & Watch VGA 85 here.
$4,200.
Welcome in, Robert Johansson. Any good GameCube games tonight? I don't think so, Young Punch. I don't know if there's any GameCube in this auction, to be honest with you. If you're looking for GameCube, the best thing you can do is mark your calendar for the 6th Generation Showcase auction.
Next lot.
That's where most of the GameCube is going to go these days. I'm just trying to quickly scroll here. I don't think there is any. Sega Genesis? No, there's no GameCube today.
Fair warning.
No GameCube, no DS, no 3DS, no Switch. All of that usually is in the 6th Generation and beyond showcase.
$340.
The Mickey Mouse Game & Watch, $4,800. Jesus, man. Game & Watch collectors are serious. Damn. Like, Game & Watch is a market. It's a collectible that I don't know anything about. $4,800 though for the Mickey Mouse there, brand new 85. Mickey Mouse as well, Panorama Game & Watch VGA 80 for $2,760. Like, those prices are nothing to frickin' sneeze at there. That's some real money for Game & Watch. Alien 3 VGA 95 uncirculated. Holy shit. The nicest copy of Alien 3 you'll ever see. That's crazy.
$850.
You won Felix the Cat in Spider-Man 2 yesterday? That Felix, Craig, man. I think that Felix was a great deal yesterday. The Spider-Man 2, I don't know. I think that was almost $7,000, but the Felix, I feel good about the Felix. You didn't even bid on anything yesterday? You bid on the NWC and you lost bad? You paid off your car instead of buying games. Regrets. Yeah, that is regrets. That is absolutely regrets. Who needs a vehicle if you have video games?
Next lot.
6.5 is also where NWC starts to look pretty mint. That's what I said to Sup, yo, is the NWC 6.5 there had really good eye appeal. So
fair warning.
so there's Mark now. The NWC buyer says not at all for the extras if it mattered. Didn't care about the extras whatsoever. So there you go, Sup, yo. Maybe it made a difference for the underbidder.
Fair warning.
But apparently the buyer did not care at all.
$950. $1,100.
Kind of funny. Kind of funny to hear. Kind of funny to hear. Yeah, now you can slide into Mark's DMs there and try to buy the extras, Sup, yo. Now you can go try to vulture those extras from him. 95 Alien 3 sold for $1,000 there. Back to the Future 2 and 3, $1,320 for the 9.88 plus. Bad Dudes 9.88 plus. This game owes us pretty well. I think it just sold pretty well at Certified Link as well. 9.8A plus here, Data East.
$1,300.
Yeah, pushing up to almost $1,500 here. Oh, someone asked what the difference between CIB and qualified is. Qualified is opened but never used. CIB is just like complete but used. So that's the distinction there. Qualified is like a nicer CIB. It's unused. That's the thing. It's been opened, but it's unused. That's what qualified means with VGA. So that Atari console here, like it's all brand new inside, but the box has been opened. You can tell if something's been opened before. It's pretty easy. Like your hinge marks and everything will have large creasing on them. Or do you mean how do they know it's all brand new? That's a lot harder. My best guess is they look at like all the pins and stuff. Your cables need to be twist tied. Your console needs to have no scratches from insertion. It's not. There's a lot that goes into telling. $1,560 for Bad Dudes. I've never been into qualified, so I'd never like.
Fair warning.
Like I don't really like it. I don't really care.
$950.
But they examine everything, make sure it's unused. That's the distinction.
$1,000.
The Bard's Tale is a 9.8A plus from the Indiana collection. Bad Dudes closed at $1,560. See, day 2, you start getting a lot more of these esoteric titles, right? You start getting all the other NES games, the other Super Nintendo games that aren't like the super heavies. Not the super heavy games on the console, but like 9.8A plus here of some amazing games if you're looking for them. And these are like top of the pop type copies, right?
$300.
Like the Bard's Tale is a pop 12. 9.8A plus right here. 12 total graded. So they even look for the baggies being wrinkled.
$1,400.
How much do we think all those extras are worth? He'll flip them. There we go.
$1,500.
There we go. That guy can recoup some money already. With everyone saying those, or for the people saying that those pictures and everything added a lot of value, now you can see what kind of offers actually come in on it. People will be offering $1,000, acting like, oh, they made the world of difference. But, you know, when it comes to buying them, like, I'll give you $1,000. That's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be.
$1,000.
Does VGA grade unopened if something was supposed to be sealed? No. No, I think they'll qualify it. If you remove the shrink wrap from something, I think you're automatically qualified. If it's supposed to have shrink or it's supposed to be sealed. You don't get a standard grade. So I'm pretty sure you're automatically moved into qualified.
Fair warning.
You'll pass that along, yeah.
Next lot.
The Bard's Tale closes at $1,920. Some bidding there for the Bard's Tale, and I'm just curious to take a peek. When we saw the Bard's Tale come up on PC, it actually did really freaking well. Multiple thousands of dollars, if I'm not mistaken. I just want to see what the NES version has sold for before. 9.8A plus 2 years ago.
Fair warning.
Almost 2 years ago to the date, 2,280. So selling for $1,920 today. The Bard's Tale holding up pretty frickin' well for a 9.8A plus, and all the way back in 2019, you could have got it for $1,000. So in what 3 years and 3 months, the value on the Bard's Tale is doubled, baby. Not bad. Honestly, not bad. And that's the thing with the market now too, is like the easy thing to say is like everything crashed, it's bad, we're all dying, but like the actual trend line, do I need this hand? The actual trend line for the market still looks like this. You just have like a big triangle on top. I can't, like that. That's what it looks like, right? But the actual trend line is still up. We just have like a big triangle in the middle of it.
$600.
Bases Loaded 3, $1,560. Batman is a VGA 95. Whew. That's big on Batman Returns. Pushing its way up to almost $4,500 here. Check the comps on this Batman. What do we got on Batman here?
$4,200.
Batman Returns, 9.8A++. Oh my god, November 2023. The 9.8 A++, 1860, sold for 4,320 4 months prior. That's a lot of noise on that, Jesus. 2,880 back in 2020. So we went from 4,000 to 1,800 in a span of 4 months. So here's the VGA 95 pushing up over 5,500 now. Woof. The 9.8 A++ at the height, yeah, 2,880. That was back in 2020. So this is a brand new record price on Batman Returns by quite a bit here. 4,320 was the high mark prior.
Fair warning.
Pushing up, looking for 6,600. First time of VGA 95, but way above the 9.8 A++ copies. Whew. $6,000. Batman Returns there. Jeez. Blaster Master 9.8 A+, oval production. VGA CIB would be a game changer? Yeah, who said that? They think
Fair
VGA
warning.
is getting CIB at some point. Who the heck just said that?
$900.
Elijah, am I making a play for the Mario Party 2? Only if it stays cheap. It has to stay cheap. If the Mario Party 2 it's like one bid. Otherwise, I just won't go for a 9.8 A++. Like, I just don't need that in my life. Someone was selling a 9.6 A++ in the group. I think it was Mark, actually. And he had a pretty solid price, so I don't need to chase a 9.8 A++. Yes, there's Mark's ears perked up immediately. Yeah, there it is. What's cheap? I have my eye on yours. I was looking at yours, Mark. I saw you kept lowering the price.
Fair warning.
I saw you kept lowering the price on yours.
Next lot.
I was like looking at it for 1,500 is where I wanted to come in at. But I didn't want to send you a DM with that because like it kind of felt like a lowball. That's funny. Blaster Master 9.8 A+ for 1,560. Birthday Blowout 9.8 A+. Bugs Bunny here. Yes, Poker Face. Nice to see you getting over 100 views now. Yes, dude. It's growing nicely. People are showing up for the auctions. It's freaking fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Hit the like button if you're in here comfy. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys spending your Sunday. You're now addicted to watching these with Greg. Let's go, Super Garbage. Let's go, Super Garbage. You love to hear it. VGA CIB would not be a game changer? I don't think so either. I don't think it would change anything, to be completely honest. Like, if VGA introduced a CIB for something that isn't already done, then okay, you know what I mean? That'd be good. Like, VGA CIB Famicom, cool, that'd be good. But, like, at their current price, I don't think it would be a game changer. The amount of people who would be submitting is very, very small. Bugs Bunny Blowout 1260, 9.8 A+. Chiller 9.6 A+. This has always been a really cool one. A super violent early unlicensed game here, 9.6 A+. Only one copy's higher. Looking for $1,000. No, Jacob, I have nothing consigned in this auction. I have some stuff coming up in the Japanese showcase. That's it for right now. You're confused with how 90, 90 plus, 95, and 95 plus comp so much higher than 9.8 A++. Does WADA just not reflect as much conditional nuance? Seems like a massive advantage for VGA. Yeah, at the highest levels, Craig, VGA does seem to get the nod, like 95 and 95 plus. But the 9.8 A++, like, it can get a good push as well. Like we saw yesterday with the Metal Gear on NES. Sold for like $27,000, 9.8 A++. At this point, it doesn't seem like a blanket statement of which one will sell for more. It seems to just depend who's looking at any given time. Like some VGA collector must have really wanted this one, right? Pushed it up to $6,000. If the VGA guys aren't going to go crazy for it, the WADA copy's probably going to sell for more. It almost feels like there's a bit of tribalism at this point with the like the 95s, the 95 plus versus the 9.8 A++. It's really all over the place with who wants what. Yeah, that's kind of how it feels. Like any given auction, you know, we could see the 95 or the 9.8 outsell. Dig Dug 2, 9.8 A+, $1,000 there. The Chiller went for 990. Craig, you snagged the Chiller. Let's go, dude. Chiller's super fucking cool, man. A 990 for it, like, I don't know. It doesn't feel expensive. Disney's Darkwing Duck is a 9.0A, pushing up to almost $2,000. Jeez. Darkwing Duck, showing out here. Do you think it will bring a lot of mint open PC games to be graded, so it could be interesting? That would be a great thing. That would be a great thing. Like, if we get some CIB, like, big box PC, that'd be very cool. Warning. I don't know if they'd ever do that. That seems wild, honestly. CIB big box PC seems like it would be a nightmare.
Fair warning.
You want a graded copy of Contra 3 The Alien Wars, as it was a big part of your childhood? Yeah, that's a sweet game. Alien Wars is kind of freaking expensive, though. I mean, maybe you can get a Majesco copy for a decent price, but getting a Japan copy of Alien Wars is not cheap. Dragon Dew. Welcome in, dude. VGA 95 and higher are equivalent to WATA and CGC 10s, in your opinion. I mean, a lot of people see it like that too, Brian. Like, for sure. There are definitely people who see the 95 plus as like just clear and away better than the 9.8A++. Darkwing Duck 2,280 for a 9.0. I want to check the comp on Chiller quick. I just always like this game. 9.6A plus last sold almost a year ago for 1,260. So tonight sold for 990. Not bad at all. Down, you know, $300, but not bad. Nice little snag on Chiller for Craig, getting it cheaper than the last time. Darkwing Duck in a 9.0. That seems expensive.
Fair warning.
Over $2,000 for a 9.0. I mean, 9.0A plus, shoot, November, 2,160. I guess not. I guess Darkwing is just frickin' expensive, man. 9.2A back in July, $2,400. Yeah, Darkwing is just expensive. Damn. 2,280 for the 9.0A. CGC.
Next
Double Dragon 3 was a 9.8A plus for 3,840. Dragon Warrior 9.6A plus. This is the later production 2 HP screenshot.
$1,200.
You have a POP? I don't know what POP is. Mint condition, but it's CIB and you wish you could grade it? I don't know what POP is. If you're talking about a PC game, POP could mean anything. Seems like VGA is the only top grader that can slab a true first-print Zelda with ramen case. Well, for now they are. For now they are. Prince of Persia. Yeah, I was never getting that. I was never going to say Prince of Persia. Never. Your wife's favorite arcade game is Cheyenne, which is another Exidy title, and we ended up buying her a machine and the Exidy multi. What's Exidy? So you can play real Chiller at home. Is Chiller by Exidy? Is that what you're telling me, Joe Kane? You're getting too deep here.
$1,600.
I'm guessing Chiller is published by Exidy, but is their logo even on the box? Is it on the back? Oh, there it is, Exidy. Trademark of Exidy. Yeah, Jesus Christ, Joe. Digging deep on the Chiller knowledge. Man, Dragon Warrior 9.6A plus. This is a 2 HP copy here. Pushing up to almost $2,000. Is this not expensive?
Fair warning.
Is Dragon Warrior getting some love after the almost $8,000 sale yesterday?
$600, $950.
The last 9.6A plus plus. The last nicer copy that sold was $1,440. That was back in November. Tonight, $1,920 for a 9.6A plus. That's a big freaking sale for Dragon Warrior right there. Has to be getting some love from yesterday's sale. Has to be. Yeesh. I mean, I'm all for it, man. Dragon Warrior should be a grail. Dragon Warrior should be a grail, just like, geez. Getting a little bit of love there on it. I mean, back in August 2022, look at that. 9.6A plus was $1,000. Dragon Warrior had gone down, arguably too much.
Fair warning.
We got to go all the way back to 2021 April. For an $1,800 sale of a 9.4A plus. Dragon Warrior, man, making a comeback. Dragon Warrior's making a comeback, baby. Duck Hunt is a 9.0 CIB matte sticker first production, pushing over $2,000.
Fair warning.
You've been taking advantage of the cheap grading prices that CGC has? You sent in 40 games last month. Let's go, dude. Yeah, I mean, it's nice, man. It's nice when you can actually grade stuff for, like, you know, a cheap price.
Fair warning.
You see no sense in pledging allegiance to a certain grader, but then again, you just collect the games and treat grading as encapsulation? Yes. Yes. Like, if VGA were to drop their prices and everything, like, I would go back to grading with them. Or certain things, you know what I mean? I don't see any reason to be like, I only grade with VGA or I only trust CGC grades. Like, nah. You're actually trying to log in to bid on the chiller, but you missed it by 2 seconds. You would have gone a little higher. I'm sure frickin' Craig is happy to hear that you couldn't get signed in. Jackie, Friday the 13th, 9.88 plus has a rip on the seal in the corner. Just so anyone looking to spend big knows beforehand.
$460.
It's a good reminder right there to make sure you check the games you're buying. Good reminder. 9.0 Duck Hunt went for $2,340. That was a 9.0 box on it, 9.4 cartridge. Duck Hunt factory sealed 7.5 Rev A copy. Mid production on Duck Hunt, I believe. $5,280. So yeah, even a poor factory sealed later print is gonna outsell like a near mint, you know, first print CIB.
$1,000.
I know, Jackie. I know. It's been too long. We can't just be going at each other in the comment section. It's always better live.
Fair warning.
Tone and stuff always gets lost in those YouTube comments. Never leads to anything good. Baxanadu, 9.88 plus. Are there any Are there any Japan-only games you want sealed new with having more experience with the Japanese market? I don't know a lot of Japanese-only games, Misanthropic. Like, I'm still not deep enough in Japanese gaming culture where I actually, like, I know a lot of Japan-only releases. You know what I mean?
Fair warning.
For now, I'm still kind of a big, like, gaijin, just buying American games in their Japanese form, or like, you know what I mean? I still don't know a lot of Japanese-only games. Yeah, there are some From Software games that I've bought, like Kingsfield 1 and 2, the Japanese versions. Those were Japanese-only release. I've done stuff like that, Pokemon Green, but like, you know what I mean? Nothing too esoteric. Baxanadu, $1,320. Final Fantasy, 9.6 CIB. Wow, $1,440 there. Flintstones, Dino, and Hoppy. And Jackie, you show up one time and you get a gifted sub. Welcome back to the Greg Gang. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, Teleport, welcome in.
Fair warning.
And thank you for the gifted. That was you who sent it. Much appreciated, Teleport. Gyrus is one of your favorite arcade games? So good. Never played it myself. Yeah, Craig, how many games do you have slab now? Must be hundreds, if not 1,000. Craig has to be in the 1,000. He has to be 1,000 plus. It has to be. Has to be. Or the high 100s, but I would just guess 1,000 plus for Crag. Dino and Hoppy, $1,740 for a 9.4 A plus. I was surprised yesterday. Dino and Hoppy had a 9.8 A plus sell for. Well, here back in October 20. That's 2021 though. Frick, $10,000. There's August 2022, $6,900 for Dino and Hoppy. Can we see yesterday's sale price on here?
$1,100.
Making it hard for me to find still. Because I thought Dino and Hoppy actually sold kind of low yesterday. Didn't get much love. What did it sell for?
Fair warning.
Most recent $2,100. Yeah, Jesus. $2,100. Man. The 9.4 A plus just sold today for $1,740. Look at that. Someone just paid $400 less to get the frickin' 9.8 yesterday. Like, what? Oh man, that might be the deal of the auction. That's crazy.
Fair warning.
1,740 today for the 9.4. Yesterday, $2,000 for the 9.8. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's the value of showing up to the live auction right there. That's the value of showing up to the frickin' live auction. You just never know. You just never know.
Next lot. $280.
You'd personally really like a sealed LSD Dream emulator? Thane, don't you chase after that LSD game if I'm not mistaken? Isn't that a game you'd love to have? That LSD Dream emulator? That was your Final Fantasy 9-6? You're not sure you're thrilled? The CIB for 1,400? Oh man, I mean...
Fair warning.
Jeez. I personally see a CIB Final Fantasy for 1,400 and I'm like, fuck, that's pretty decent. Like, you're getting kind of close to factory sealed, aren't you? 9.2A, like $33,000.
Fair warning.
I just don't know. Like, the sealed price on Final Fantasy just isn't that extreme.
$280.
You know what I mean? VGA 85, $3,000. Like, I don't know how much more you could want out of it. Like, obviously, you know, if it sold for $2,000, I'd be sitting here like, oh my god, $2,000. But like,
$320.
9.6 box is a 9.6 box. Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful copy. Like, no doubt about it. It's a beautiful copy. But
fair warning.
I just don't know how much. Like, I don't know where the ceiling lies on some of this CIB stuff right now.
$700.
Friday the 13th, Circle Seal there, closed for 1,620. Gyrus, 720 for the 9.8A+. Plus. Ice Climber, 8.0 hang tab with a 7-box, 9.4 cart, 9.2 manual, 360. Jackal, 9.4 A++ for 1,920. Jeez, I fell behind there. James Bond Jr., 9.8 A++. By far the highest rated copy out of just 3 on the Pop Report. Will James Bond Jr. pop off at a 9.8 A++? Are you talking to me, HC, if I see the hobby growing exponentially? You already have an LSD Thane? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Fair warning.
Or are you talking to Craig if he sees the hobby growing exponentially?
$500.
You're on Jackie's side? Be happy about the sale?
Fair warning.
Buy everything, Greg? Yeah, I wish, man. I wish.
Lot.
James Bond Jr., 1,680. 9.8 A++. I mean, if you're a full NES set collector, that's pretty freaking good, I think. Kung Fu, 8.5 CIB, hang tab gloss sticker, second production. But James Bond Jr., I mean...
Next lot. $750.
The amount of people looking to buy a copy just isn't that... Oh, man, it's actually sold for nothing in the past. Jeez. Last sale was 9.2A plus for $500, November 2023. Yeah, just... I get James Bond Jr. is just getting too niche, I guess. Just not a lot of love there for it. 1,680 is a lot above the other sales we've seen, but yeah. Legend of Zelda 8.5 CIB TM manual, first production copy, 8 box, 9.2 cartridge, 7.5 manual. Nice little first print Zelda here for you guys. $2K on the Jackal 9.4. That Jackal sold for more than the certified Link 90. Woof. Woof. Buy on certified Link, like sell on Heritage. You guys heard it here first. The TM Zelda 2,640 for the 8.5. Not too shabby. TM Zelda's hovering right in that range, is it not? I think it's still right in that range. $2 to $3,000 for these like 8.0, 8.5 copies.
Fair warning.
Legend of Zelda 8.0. This is another TM first print. Jesus, 8.0 box, 9.2 cartridge. The manual is a 6. So you could upgrade the manual, push the entire thing here, but we'll see how this one does. 8.0.
Fair warning.
After I just say they're like 2K. Looking for 16. Okay, maybe. Maybe this will still get up to 2K. Looking for 1,680 here.
Fair warning.
You got your 8.5A plus, just going to take a victory lap for Final Fantasy, or which game, Chris? Or for Jackal? Yo, there's a Stinger hang tab in here. Factory sealed?
1,000.
Oh man, there is. VGA 80, yeah. Stinger hang tab. Jesus, sitting at $2,000. Signature Day 2, man, brings out the good stuff. We are over $2,000 on the 8.0. We are over $2,000 on the 8.0. So there you go.
Next lot.
TM Zelda's hovering in that range. $2,000 for this one, $2,600 for the other one. Slightly different breakdown of the components. Life Force is 9.2 A+.
400, 500,
You think CIB really has to pick up for the hobby to grow?
$600.
That said, you own 0 CIB. I still have a ton of CIB, Craig. There's just so much stuff that, like, you know, I can't afford to get everything frickin' sealed, so, like, a lot of stuff will just be CIB, and it will always be CIB. There's a lot of stuff where I don't want to spend the money it costs to get sealed. So it's like, I'll just, you know, be happy with my CIB copy. And then the stuff that really matters, get some sealed ones or something. Zoom in on Ninja Gaiden's corner? Which corner?
Fair warning.
Which corner on Ninja Gaiden?
$800.
Yeah, the power of Greg compels you to bid up Zelda. Yes, we had to will our way to 2,000 there. $40 over. We had to absolutely will our way over. Top left. We'll take a peek.
$1,400. Fair warning.
What am I looking at?
Next lot. $380. $420. $440. $460.
I don't see anything weird with this corner, to be completely honest here.
$500.
Maybe bought back?
Maybe
back top left? Oh yeah, there we go. Back top left. Corner poke. Corner poke and some whitening. That's a classic 85 plus, am I right?
$700.
Classic 85 plus. VGA fans will say it's Photoshop. VGA fans will say it's Photoshop.
Fair warning.
Life Force goes for $900, 9.2A plus. Mighty Bomb Jack, 9.2 with the 9.8 cartridge went for $1,560. Monster Party, 9.4A plus plus. Sue VGA, sue them. Like, down with VGA.
$800.
Yes, Cristiano, I did notice that. I did. There was something that it didn't, I use that now and then. I do. I did notice that. They added that in the past, I don't know, a few months or so there, Cristiano. This little previous prices from Heritage it will show you.
$900.
Super good feature. Super good feature.
$200. $1,500.
Super good feature here. So we can quickly see the 85 plus last sold November for $2,100.
$1,600.
Yeah, great feature to have there. Like, that's huge that Heritage added this because it just makes life so much easier. I have such a habit of just immediately bouncing over to Gamer Stonks to check prices.
Next lot.
Ninja Gaiden selling for $1,800. Yeah, it's like corner pokes like that. Like, obviously I don't love it on an 85 plus. I'd probably feel better if it was an 85, but like, that's the same variance that exists with every single graded game ever. So, you know, the mantra will always be buy the game, not the grade. Buy the card, not the grade. So look at the pictures provided and make your own decision of like, hey, do I personally think that's an 85 plus? Is that damage too much? Is that not enough? Is this undergraded? Always look at it, you know? Always look at it. It's fully okay to disagree with the grading company.
$550.
And in some cases, you probably should. Pinball, $1,320 for the 9.4A there, made in Japan Rev A. Power Punch 2, 9.8A++. And I do have to remind you guys, tonight's auction is, of course, sponsored by Heritage Auctions. Tonight is the Signature Auction Day 2. In the description of the video, you can find the upcoming schedule of Signature and Showcase auctions. The next Signature auction will be taking place May 23rd, May 25th. Consignment deadline's coming up in April, so make sure you reach out sooner rather than later if you have some great games, rare games, expensive games, and you want to try and get placement in the next Signature. Cutoff is April 2nd, and of course, the whole year is juiced up with showcase auctions taking place from starting. The next one we're going to have is March 7th? Next auction's March 7th. It's the rest of the year. There's auctions coming up. So if you want to get into any of the showcase signatures, reach out. Videogames at ha.com. And of course, they're always accepting consignments for the Tuesday auctions every single week. Reach out to one of the consignment experts. See what they can do for you. See if Heritage is the right choice for you. And if you have raw games, Heritage can help you get them graded as well. Huge thanks to Heritage sponsoring. Huge thanks to you guys being here today.
Fair warning.
And we didn't even miss Power Punch 2. We didn't even miss Power Punch 2. We got through an entire ad read. And we didn't miss a single thing. Hit the damn like button, you guys. Take a swig. We out here, baby. We out here.
Fair warning.
VGA 85 seems to only be good for hard cases.
$1,000.
I mean, nah. Let's go, Team CIB. You'd rather have 5 CIBs than 1 sealed?
Next lot.
CIB is fun. CIB is fun. And yet you got VGA 80 on much better games. Yeah, I mean, it's the thing about complaining about grading or different grading companies. Like, you can find bad grades with every single company. So it almost feels like talking into a void at some point where it's like, yep, some PSA cards suck. Yep, some WATA grades suck. Yep, some VGA suck. Like, you know what I mean?
$1,000.
RC Pro-Am 9.8A++ from the Carolina Collection for $2,400. Buckaroos 9.6A++.
$1,400.
Yeah, it's not a conversation I can keep doing. Like, it's just
$1,600.
Everyone in this chat room, everyone who's paying attention to an auction like this, should be past that level of understanding with the market. So, like,
fair. $1,800.
Ren and Stimpy Buckaroos 9.6A++.
$1,900.
That's big. That's big. The RC Pro-Am 9.8A++ for $2,400. I do want to do a price comp on there too. For the 9.8A++, why isn't Pro-Am coming up? What's going on here?
Next lot.
RC Pro, it's a hyphen.
$550.
The last 9.8A++, April, Jesus, 2,160. Well, there you go then. $2,400. Never mind. RC Pro-Am is a higher sale than last time. Jeez.
$1,000.
Was this used to be super expensive? No, the highest it ever sold for was back in January, February, March, May. Back in May 2022 for almost $7,000, hey? RC Pro-Am never really hit super high highs.
$300.
Ren and Stimpy Buckaroos for $2,160. CGC 9.6A++. RoboCop is a 9.8A+. Jesus. Nicest copy on the pop report here for RoboCop 1. Pushing its way up over $1,500.
Fair warning.
Can I please get Heritage to do pictures from all sides for high-value games? It's been suggested to them. You know, it's been suggested. I don't know if they'll ever do it. I think the thing Heritage does do, Spacebird, though, is if you do want to see photos, like say you wanted to see more pictures of this RoboCop, you can reach out to them. And they will send you extra photos. So you can do that. I don't know if they're going to change the photographing ever, but you can get additional photos if you reach out. RoboCop pushing its way up to almost $1,900.
Next lot. $700.
Good points. You need to learn to buy the game and not to grade more. You're always just going to find examples where you're like, I don't like that one.
$800.
RoboCop 9.8A+ or $1,860. RoboCop 3 9.8A+. They don't add pictures, West. I'm pretty sure they just send them to you personally. Pretty sure they just send them to you personally. And yes, you can also look up your WATA grade and you can see an additional photo. If you go ahead and you go to the WATA website and you punch in the case number, you can also see additional pre-grading photos. This number right here, just go and enter it on the WATA website. You can see some additional photos there as well. At least one additional photo.
Fair warning. Next
If a
lot.
VGA 85 sells for $1,500, how much would you say the 85 Plus is worth? 3 times? I don't know if I'd expect 3x, but I'd like 2x, I would say. 3x seems large. 2x, I think, sounds more. You know what I mean? 85 versus 85 Plus, I would expect more of a 2x, not a 3x. It depends what it is, but you know what I mean? 3x sounds too large. RoboCop 3, 9.88 Plus for $1,440. Section Z is a 9.48. Does VGA have kept every photo? I have no idea what they have.
$480.
I have no idea what VGA has for pre-grade photos, post-grade photos, no clue. I'm pretty positive they do take photos when they unbox your stuff. So they should have pre-grade photos for everything, I would think. But grading is 95% scientific, 5% artistic, yeah. Pretty much.
Fair warning.
You have WADA and VGA Games going to try CGC. Yep. And you should. You should try all grading companies. Like, if you want to actually have a good grasp of how these companies grade and what different grades mean by the different companies, just send some shit in. Spend the $200 to, like, you know, give it a test run. You'll learn more just submitting a few games than you will reading any comments on Facebook or anything.
$1,000.
That's the thing, you know? Section Z, 9.48 for $564. Bart Simpson's versus the World, 9.68 plus. The Sniping Snake, hey, big fan of the channel. Flex them biceps, brother. There you go. There you go, Sniping Snake. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being here, man.
Fair warning.
The eye appeal is subjective.
Next lot. $190.
Bart versus the World closing at $1,200, 9.68 plus. Into 7-Up proudly presents Spot, the video game. 9.8 A++. Jesus. A perfect copy of Spot, the video game. 7-Up fans, show up. Where are the 7-Up fans out there?
$650.
Jesus, man. It's always fun seeing some 9.8 A++ come out for NES.
$700.
They're surprised they go to their time individually reply to people and there's such a small chance they are buying, but I guess if the buyer knows they can ask Heritage, maybe they are a real buyer. Yeah, yeah, I assume the only people asking are people who might actually do something. Because, like, you already know Heritage exists, which, like, you probably spend some money in this hobby. And if you're asking about something specifically, yeah, you know, there's probably a decent chance. Spot sells for $780. 7-Up, boo. Spot fans, boo. No love, I tell ya. Was Spot like a mascot for 7-Up? I don't even know what Spot is. Like,
fair warning. $900.
It's like the Yo Noid. Yo Noid was a mascot for what, like Pizza Hut or something? Domino's? Like, all that stuff's just too young for me, bro. Or I'm too young for it. I mean, it's too old for me. Spy Hunter is a 9.4A. Rev A should be a mid-production copy here. Spy Hunter.
$200.
Spot is the 7-Up mascot. It's the dot in the logo. Oh, is that what he is? He's the dot in the logo. Oh, like, of course. That makes sense. Spy Hunter's actually pushing up well over $1,500 here. 9.4A Rev A. Spy Hunter getting a little bit of love. It's going up against the VGA 85. Same print here.
$1,600.
Uh-oh, you guys. Uh-oh, you guys. Will a 9.4A outsell a VGA 85? Uh-oh. We're gonna find out. Get ready. Get ready with your thing of your favorite grading company to hold up and cheer on. Cheer on the WADA copy, like $1,800 for the 9.4A. The VGA 85 copy, same print here, Spy Hunter. I didn't know that either. That's so funny.
Fair warning.
How was the A&W? What's the plan for tonight? Yeah, Super Junk. I meant to take a picture of what I got. 2 teen burgers, man. I almost also got a milkshake, but Jesus Christ, it was going to be like 2,000 calories, I think. So I ended up with 2 teen burgers. Fantastic. Fantastic. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I think we're getting groceries tonight, so I might buy something from the grocery store. I think that's the plan for tonight. I might buy some ginger beef or something. That sounds pretty delicious. I can get ginger beef for like $6 from the grocery store. Stinger! VGA 80 hang tab first production copy here. Looking for 2,880. Spy Hunter VGA 85 for $1,200. The 9.4A selling for $1,800. That's a point for WADA there. Down with VGA. Stinger climbing to almost 3,000.
Fair warning. $2,800.
Gen X played the 7-Up game in class. Yes, that's what I know of. Heads Up 7-Up. Is that what it's called? That's the game I know of 7-Up. I think that's what it was called. Heads Up 7-Up. 7-Up. That's something like that. Something like that. Stinger is getting a push here. Pushing up to almost 3,000. We're almost at $4,000. VGA 80 Stinger. What the hell did mine sell for? I've sold mine. Okay.
Fair
yeah,
warning.
okay. April 2022, 7.5A for $5,700. So
lot.
we're safe. We're safe. $3,600 for the 80. $3,600 for the 80. Stinger, though, like, kind of holding up. That's not bad. 4K ain't shit. I mean, 8.5 gloss sticker, second print Mario Bros. With a 9.4 manual, 9.2 cart. Man, that glossy boy for 9,000. Whew. Whew. Are the box and, are the cartridge and manual exchangeable on a glossy and matte?
Fair warning. $1,000.
Can you do that?
$1,500.
Are the cart and manual interchangeable? 9,000 for a glossy. Jeez. Super Mario Bros. Here is a 9.2 hang tab copy now.
Fair warning.
Should be like a 4th or 5th print, I think.
1,700.
9.2 with the 9.0 box, 9.2 cart, 9.4 manual. Yes, you can swap them. Yes, okay, so there you go. So you're getting some frickin' high-grade inserts there. High-grade cart, high-grade manual. Oof. The manual did it? Yeah, 9.4, I mean.
$6,000.
That's a Jesus Christ, man. High-grade Mario components, hey? That's the future. Never mind Bitcoin and shit. Just buy some Mario Bros. Manuals. My gosh. 9.2 CIB there for 1,920. And here's a factory sealed 9.2 B+. Is this a super early grade here?
Fair warning.
The text on the text looks large or something. When was this graded? Oh, 2022. Weird. Never mind. 9.2 B+. The 9.2 and the B+ just looked like super bold.
Fair warning.
Does D-Rob Gaming have 2 stingers now? Yeah, I'm pretty sure D-Rob bought my stinger, funny enough. You were runner-up on the Stinger Time capsule. What's your connection to the game? Why were you looking to,
$3,200.
Why were you, Oh my gosh, I just like fucking, my brain melted there. Why were you looking for Stinger? What's your connection to the game? VGA 80 there for $3,600. 8,100 for the Mario Bros. 9.2 B+. That's not like... I feel like you could actually take those stickers off. The hang tab kind of looked like shit on the back. You might be able to turn this into an A. There's an outside chance you could regrade this a 9.2A. $8,100 there for it. Super Mario Bros. 9.2A oval seal for $3,600. Actually, not that, like, you can kind of afford a Mario 2. Decent condition there. Here's another Mario 2, 9.6 B+.
Next lot.
What? Why? I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised here.
$4,800. $5,500.
It's a different print, slightly different print on these 2 Mario Bros, but 9.2A WADA for $3,600 versus 9.6 B+ for $2,600. $1,000 difference between 9.2A TM print oval and 9.6 B+. Slightly later variant there. Super Mario Bros. 85 plus, Right Bros. Pushing to almost over 7,000. Jesus Christ.
Fair warning.
Last print here, late production, 85 plus Mario Bros. 3. $7,200 bucks.
$600.
That feels decent for an 85 plus. Take a peek at Mario Bros 3. Mario Bros 3. We have never seen an 85 plus at the auction houses, funny enough. A 9.4A plus last sold in November for $3,000. 9.6A? Oh, geez, that's so long ago. I need dates. 9.6A last sold for $2,880.
Next lot.
We're at 9.4A plus $3,000. 9.6A plus $5,400. August 2023. Man, this 85 plus did pretty freaking good at $7,200. That 85 plus did pretty freaking good at $7,200. Outselling like every 9.4A plus we've seen over the last year. Selling for like as much as 9.6s, even more. The 9.4A is selling for $3,000 right beside it. Tecmo Bowl was a prototype. That's actually pretty neat for $2,280 into Tecmo Super Bowl.
$850.
Tecmo Super Bowl 9.4A. Oh, Stinger happens to be a game from your childhood. Almost impossible to find sealed. You thought today would be the day. Yeah, Stinger's like, yeah. It's probably like a Pop 7 or something. For the Stinger. Always been rare. Always been rare. Yeah, stonking VGA. No doubt, Game Gallery. No doubt.
$1,200.
Some VGA stonks at the auction today. Yes, the BP is the price including the fee Heritage takes. Yes. Like, it's the buyer's premium, so if you're buying something, always look at the price here with the BP. Because that's the actual price you're going to pay.
Next lot.
So make sure you're always looking at when it says next bid and then with BP. Always look at that price. That's what you're actually going to pay if you bid on it. So up here, it doesn't show the BP. So make sure you're always looking down here. Turtles, 9.4A plus there, selling for $2,640. Tecmo Bowl went for $1,560. Wolverine, the 9.8A plus plus. Beautiful copy of Wolverine here. Remember way back when the WATA 10 sold for what, $48,000? Do you remember that? I think it was $48,000. It's not going to show it on here right now. It must have been a while ago.
Warning.
The last 9.8A plus plus was $2,600, looking for $1,800 right here. Someone looking to get a deal on Wolverine this time around.
$1,600.
You gotta stop watching or you're gonna bid on something? Yeah, seriously. Seriously, Chris. Disable your bid button.
Next lot. $1,000.
Stay strong, Chris. Wolverine for $1,800 this time around. 9.8A plus plus. And WrestleMania 9.8A plus plus. Oval Seal Hulk Hogan. I love the cover on this thing. I love Hulk Hogan. I mean, I don't know if he's like a great person. There was a bunch of shit about him, but you know what I mean when I say that. I like Hulk Hogan, the wrestler. What's his real name? Like Terry? I don't know if Terry's a good guy or not, but Hulk Hogan, the wrestler, was freaking fantastic, man. What a character.
$600.
$3,480. Mario Power merchandising, 1990 black corduroy jacket. This is super cool. Owned by a Nintendo employee. Where the heck do these come from? Mario Power merchandising, 1990.
Fair warning.
On the front it says Nintendo. Let's say Nintendo.
$650.
Nintendo Super Team. I love Nintendo clothing. It's not like a collectible that I've actually ever got into. Like it's its own market, its own category, you know what I mean? There's rules, there's rare stuff, all that stuff, but clothing's really fucking cool.
Fair warning.
Is that his last name? Bolia? I don't think I've ever like heard that in my life. I want to see when Wolverine sold. The Wata 10. One of only 3
Next
Wata
lot.
10 games that exist.
$220.
August 2022, hey.
200.
Man.
$340.
Wolverine, like look at the comic hype, hey.
$80.
The push from comic people coming into this. The 9.8A++, early February 2022 for $43,000 on Wolverine. Like, oh my god. LJN in all of its
Fair
glory.
warning.
And then the frickin' 10.0 closed for $48,000 on Heritage. August 2022. Like,
$460.
what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. I didn't realize that even the 9.8A++ has gone. Like, I knew the 10 exploded, but I didn't know this grade sold for $40,000. Like, oh my gosh. I literally forget about some of the insanity. I straight up forget about some of the like $30,000, $40,000 sales we had back then. There was always so much focus on the like 100,000, 200,000. You forget about some of those $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 sales. My gosh, man. The Power merchandising jacket for $810. This one's Mario and Yoshi turn up the power. This is also a sick jacket. A medium-sized 1991.
Next lot.
$630 for the Super Mario World jacket and $810 for the Power merchandising one. Into Super Nintendo, NES ends off for the day.
$700.
We are 40% done the auction, 171 games total today. Eye of the Beholder starts things off with a 9.6A plus Advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
Fair warning.
Comic Bros are back. I don't know if those Comic Bros are coming back for a while. Yeah, comic guys are still angry. That's how I feel too, Jackie. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. If you're going to just like hop into something like that, and you know, I feel like a lot of the comic people who jumped in so heavily were kind of grifting.
$900.
So it's like, you're gonna speculative markets are always gonna have people who lose. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. The boom was a crazy time. The boom was a crazy time.
Next lot.
January 2021 to August 2022. A period to never be forgotten. You can like almost take any comp from those times and just like get rid of them. Like those comps are fucking insanity. Eye of the Beholder goes for $1,000 into Castlevania Dracula X. Man, 7.0 A+. How many are on the pop report here?
Fair warning.
Heritage, I guess, has never sold one before. There's nothing there in the other ones. 7.0 A+. What do we have on Dracula X? Largely considered to be a SNES grail here.
Fair warning.
The population count is 12. Heritage last sold a 9.4 NS in 2021 for $3,000. 8.5 A+, all the way back in 2019 was already $2,000. Most it ever sold for 9.6 A++ on Golden. August 2022 for $10,000. The last sale we have is an 85 plus on Certified Link, May 2023 for $6,300. So this copy's already pushing to almost $5,000, 7.0 A plus. This is already a really freaking good, over 5,000. Like I said, 85 plus on Certified Link, almost a year ago for $6,300. With this 7.0 is now past it, well past it. We're pushing over 7,000 freaking dollars here. 7.0 A plus Dracula X. Whoo! Whoever bought that 85 plus is smiling ear to ear right now. My gosh.
$7,500.
Looking for $9,000 now. Looking for $9,000. And I genuinely think here, as we keep pushing on through 2024 into 2025, a lot of those comps we see in 2023 are going to end up looking like great purchases. Like, once the market moves in the other direction, a lot of those purchases, I think, are going to age nicely. Fingers crossed, dare I say. You know what I mean?
Fair warning.
Maybe that's just copium that I think the worst of it is over, but
Next lot.
7.0 A plus for frickin' 9,600.
$900, $1,000,
Wow.
$1,300.
No, so far that is the sale of the day. That is big.
$1,400.
Wow. Just making sure there's no notes on the back here. No, just 7.0 A plus. Dracula X. Jesus. Like I said, largely considered to be a SNES grail. Dracula X. Into a prototype here for Castlevania Vampire's Kiss. UK version of Dracula X. European version of Dracula X. Prototype here. Pretty dang cool. Pushing up over $2,000. Yeah, Dracula himself won it.
Fair warning.
Yeah, Alma, hopefully you bought that 85 plus over on Certified Link.
$200.
Man, it's crazy to think how much stuff Certified Link sold in like you remember the prime of Certified Link? 2020, I don't know, 2021, 2022. Like obviously some prices were still high, but man, a lot of the stuff at Certified Link in those times, like
fair warning.
The VGA high grade stuff, man, I think a lot of those purchases are going to end up aging nicely. I think a lot of that stuff's going to end up aging nicely. It's like, I wish I bought more back then, but you know, stuff was also still kind of expensive. And you can't buy everything, it's just like...
Next lot. $650, $700.
Castlevania demo goes for $3,120. 9.8 A plus Doom on Super Nintendo. Yeah, not financial advice, exactly, Odin. Not financial advice. Get the disclaimers up there. Like, buy video games at your own risk.
$1,200, $1,300.
Buy video games at your own risk.
$1,400.
129 watching, only 45 likes? What the fuck? Get them likes up, people. Yeah, hit the like button if you're in here hanging out. I agree. Helps out the stream a lot. That's all I ask from you guys. Just hit the like button. Hit the like button. Oh, what's that? Hit the like button.
Helps out the stream.
Appreciate you guys being here today. Doom! 9.8 A plus, going for $1,560. Super Nintendo Doom, obviously there were some cases of it out there, which is like why it doesn't, sell for maybe as much as you might think it does. 9.8 A plus, $1,500. Just a lot of copies floating around out there. Earthworm Jim, 9.2 A, early production, made in Japan. I don't even know the last time we had Earthworm Jim. When's the last time we had a real copy? I think these previous prices here are just showing me Majesco copies. Because the made in Japan copy here, this first print Earthworm Jim,
$4,000
is already at $5,000. So Earthworm Jim 9.6A, last sold November 2022. Is there no Majesco on Jim? Maybe I'm crazy. Oh, it was showing me Earthworm Jim 2 comps. It was showing... that's what it was showing me.
Next lot.
It was showing Earthworm Jim 2 comps on the side there. The last time we saw Earthworm Jim, frickin' $7,200,
$4,600.
a year and a half ago. Only 11 on the Pop Report. Man, it's like ones like that are super weird. Where it's like, what? Earthworm Jim doesn't exist? Like, what? Why? $4,800 for 9.2A. Not too frickin' shabby. F-Zero 85 plus there, first production copy.
$50.
$5,280 on F-Zero. Is everyone now an F-Zero fan because of that Nintendo Switch release? F-Zero 99? Is the whole world F-Zero fans now? I kind of love to see it.
$650.
That was like the best thing to ever happen to F-Zero in the past like 15 years. Even for myself, it's like, oh, cool. Now I have more experience playing the first F-Zero than I ever had in my life, right? Like F-Zero 99 is fantastic. Earthworm Jim 4800, Justice League Task Force 9.8 A plus.
$850.
People did play it Super Junk at bare minimum. Like, I don't know if F-Zero 99, like, had a ton of staying power where it's like, I'm going to play this game for the next 4 months. But, like, for the first couple of weeks, oh, man, the player base on that was fucking huge. Like everyone on Twitch was playing it. Like it was big, man.
Fair warning.
F-Zero 99 actually kind of took off.
$950.
F-Zero 9.8A++ first print for $3,300 in the last signature? What? Seriously? November 2023, upside down symbol 9.8. Oh my gosh. 3,360. Yeah, what a snag on this. From a factory 6-pack. Man, Eloist, I feel like when this sold at the last signature, I think I literally said this was a snag at 3,300. I'm pretty positive I commented that that was a good deal. Now we see the frickin' 85 plus sell for 5,200. Justice League Task Force is still going with the 9.8A plus. A war of attrition here. Looking for 1,440. I love the word snag. Snag. I am team snag 'em, baby. Maximum velocity is surprisingly low pop. Yes. And I think, I don't know why. The F-Zero, what's the other one on GBA? I can't think of it. The yellow box one. The yellow one on GBA has like tons of supply. There were tons of cases of it, but maximum velocity has always been low key, like low supply game for sure. I've never played either of the GBA ones.
$320.
And I've played very little F-Zero X.
$480.
Like I've played some F-Zero X, but not a ton. Justice League Task Force for $1,500. Michael Jordan in the Windy City. Preview only. Is it a prototype? Preview cartridge. Just the preview cartridge. 6.5 on that. Still a really cool item here. Michael Jordan in the Windy City. Looks like it's just called Jordan Adventure. What does it say on the label here? Jordan Adventure SNES Mode 21 preliminary code from June 14th, 1994. After, scribble out the word review. After preview, return immediately to Electronic Arts. Property of Electronic Arts. Preview only. Shit like this is so cool. No back label. That is really cool. Pushing its way up to almost $900 here.
Fair warning.
Don't ROM dump the game.
$550.
Yeah, run amok. Go post on Reddit that you won this cartridge and then say you're not dumping it. Like, nah, you guys can't see it. Like, I'm not dumping it.
$650. $700.
Mickey Mania, The Timeless Adventures, 9.6A plus. There's nothing that gets people madder when you like say you're not gonna dump something. It's like you're like, oh man.
Fair warning.
Man, oh man. That's a way to get people triggered, I'll tell you that.
$950.
Both of the GBA games are awesome. GP Legend, yes, GP Legend. That's what it's called. Yeah, never played either of them. I actually haven't played any F-Zero GX either. Unfortunately, growing up, like, because we didn't have the Super Nintendo version and N64 games, I mean, I think we only owned like maybe 13 or 14 N64 games total. Super Nintendo, same thing. We probably only had 11 games total. So F-Zero just wasn't a game we owned. So then when the GameCube came around and we were actually buying a lot of games and, you know, we had some of our own money and stuff, F-Zero wasn't even a franchise that, like we didn't care about it, you know? Me and my brother, like, F-Zero didn't exist. So unfortunately, I missed out on them all growing up. I only got to experience some of them later in life, and yeah, GX I've just never really sat down to do much with it. Mickey Mania, The Timeless Adventures of Mickey Mouse goes for $1,440 for the 9.6A plus, into NBA Jam 9.2A plus here. NBA Jam fans always showing up. A later production copy here. It says play as Dan Majera on it. Is this on the back of the box? What the heck does this say? What does the early print say? One of you Super Nintendo guys, hit me with this one. Where does it say play as Dan Majera on here?
Next lot. $850, $900, $1,000, $1,200, $1,300.
I don't have a fucking clue where it is. Maybe it's on the front of the box. Nope. I don't know where it is. Someone tell me. Dan Marley, is that what it is?
Fair warning. $1,000.
I just don't know where it is on there. Sold cells for $2,280 into Bart Simpson's Bart's Nightmare. 9.28 plus on this. Bart's Nightmare climbing up over $1,500. Jesus. The Simpsons games, man. Always selling strong. Only 9 of them on the Pop Report. You remember renting F-Zero GX from old Blockbuster back in the day? I wish. Is there any rhyme or reason to labels on sample games from NES and SNES era? Have seen some Famicom samples where it's legit and just a white label with sample on it. There might be some consistency through publishers, West, but as far as I've seen,
fair warning,
there's no real rhyme or reason as to what gets put on the label or like consistency throughout them. Like you might see a lot of EA preview copies look the same, or Tecmo prototypes will look the same. That's where you might see some consistency. But like going from Tecmo to EA to LJN to whatever other company, they can completely look different.
Fair warning.
It just says licensed or sub-licensed. It doesn't actually say it on the box. So where do I see the variant on this, Supyo? Like, if I'm looking at this NBA Jam and I want to know if it's early or later print, where do I look? The Simpsons Bart's Nightmare for $2,500? Let's take a peek at Bart's Nightmare comps in just a second. Here's Sparkster. 9.6A Konami SNES game. Always been expensive. Only 1 graded higher out of only 5 on the Pop Report. Sparkster for only $1,400. My gosh. That's crazy. You go back 5-10 years ago, man, Sparkster would be selling circles around Bart's Nightmare. I swear to God. These days, man, Sparkster's down in the dumps. Let's take a look at Sparkster first. Only sold once, 9.48 plus for $2,160. That was in 2022. 2021, $2,300 for an 85 plus, $1,600. Man, Sparkster's just done nothing, actually. Never mind, I guess. Like, I don't know. Past 3 or 4 years, Sparkster peaked out at $2,300.
Fair warning.
It's not a lot of love for the game, I guess. Not at the auction houses, anyway. Bart's Nightmare. Last saw it October 2023. 8.0A went for $1,440. 9.2A peaked at $4,800 in 2021. Man, even back in 2020, Bart's Nightmare was selling for $2,000. Holy shoot. Oh, never mind. Sparkster stinks. I take back everything I said. Bart's Nightmare is the grail. Sparkster stinks. Star Fox 9.6A went for $2,220. Yeah, like freaking Bart's Nightmare out here outselling Star Fox. That's crazy to me. Street Fighter 2 9.6A. Any Power Rangers on Super Nintendo? Not today. Not today, there isn't. Wasn't Bubble Bath Babes strictly Blockbuster? No. Bubble Bath Babes was strictly like adult-only stores. Those games were unlicensed and put through,
fair warning,
like only sold at adult media stores, basically, which made them hard to even like purchase anywhere, which is why they're so freaking rare now.
1,100.
That's Bubble Bath Babes, Hot Slots, and Bubble Bath Babes, Hot Slots, $1,000, like poker something, isn't it? What's the other game? Bubble Bath Babes, Hot Slots, and
$600. $1,700.
It's like Jeopardy trivia right there. I can't think of it. Peekaboo Poker. I knew it was poker. Street Fighter 9.6A sealed Japan print for $1,680. Yeah, all of those were just adult only, like very limited distribution.
$380. $420.
Street Fighter 2 prototype selling for $2,000. The prototype here actually outsold the 9.6A factory sealed copy. I don't know which one you guys would rather have, a factory sealed copy of the game or the prototype of the game, but it's interesting to see sales like this, where you see both of them side by side.
Fair warning.
Super
$600.
This is Contra. Speaking of Contra 3, the Alien Wars, we have a European prototype of Super Probotector Alien Rebels, which is the European name of Contra 3, the Alien Wars.
Next lot.
Speaking of the devil, $660 for the prototype. Into Super Star Fox Weekend. Always love seeing these pop up. 7.5 on this.
Fair warning.
Their estimate is that only 2,000 of them are supposed to have been manufactured. Who knows how many survive these days, right? 7.5 of it. Looking for 2,400 here. Yeah, good old Custer's Revenge, seriously. How can you tell if your NBA Jam is Charles Barkley or Dan Marley? I don't know. I'm waiting for Supyo to say. Look at the back, small text. Okay, let's see. We'll go back to it for a second here. Superstar Fox Weekend sold for $2,280. The back text, it says licensed or sub-licensed. Let's see here. Oh my god.
Fair warning.
Can't fucking read this. I don't know.
Next, $700. Bidding is continuing.
Man. Man. I don't know. There's so much text here. Where? What do I need to see? Someone tell me.
$750.
Super Star Wars 9.48 JVC first production copy of the game. Finding the reprints of this is super easy. First prints actually don't come up all that often. Pushing its way up to almost almost looking for $1,000 here.
Next lot.
And A Seal is pretty ass on Street Fighter 2. It's not great. It's not great. I will agree with that. Street Fighter 2 being another game that has a lot of cases of it floating around, so not too difficult to find a really nice one. Kind of like I was saying with Doom. There's just a lot of copies out there. You wonder if Super Probotector is NTSC given the shell of the cart? I mean, it shouldn't be. I don't see why they would make an NTSC prototype of a European game.
Fair warning.
$900 for Super Star Wars. DuckTales was a 9.8 A++, a THQ release. Is that later production? I just want to confirm here. It is, yes. Capcom did the first release of DuckTales, then later production as THQ instead. Donkey Kong VGA 90. This should do well. This feels like something big. We'll see here. Looking for 1,800 on it right now. So it says, in the legal text, it says sub-licensed to Midway instead of licensed to Midway. It says sub-licensed to Midway instead of licensed. Right here. Here it is. There it is, folks. Holy shit. Right here. Can you see my cursor? Right there. Sub-licensed from Midway. So that right there means it's a second print copy of the game. Holy shit. Wow. That's insane. I need to write that down. I'm never going to remember that.
Fair warning.
Sub-licensed.
$1,700.
To Midway. Second print.
Fair warning.
That is crazy. Man, I love this hobby. Stuff like that always just like blows my mind. The smallest of little text differences. Jesus Christ. Donkey Kong, $1,920 for the VGA 90. So Jonathan, hopefully you just saw that there and you can go check your own copy. Donkey Kong Land, why is this on day 2? Where did we see? Oh, we saw it at the weekly, sorry. It was the weekly where we had the player's choice copy selling. That's why I remember it. VGA 90 original print this time. This is nice. Looking over $2,000. That's really nice here. Treehouse DTV, did I get anything or did someone try to outbid knowing you wanted it? Not yet. Not yet. No bids placed yet. No outbids yet. It could be the prototype of the European release being tested on an NTSC cart. I mean, it could be.
$2,200.
It could be. That's crazy. Yeah, go check your copy, Jonathan, and let's hear it. Let's hope you have a first print, man. Let's hope you have a first print. You're scared to check your copy? Yeah, everyone go check your copy of NBA Jam. Like, new information just dropped. Go check. Donkey Kong Land 2, $2,400 for VGA 90. Final Fantasy Legend 2 immediately shooting up here to $2,000. That is because it is a first print copy of the game, actually published by Square. Square down here.
$320.
The later print copies are done by Sunsoft, I believe. Finding these early ones is actually very difficult. $2,280 on the Final Fantasy Legend 2. George Foreman's KO Boxing, 9.6A+.
$480. $550. $600.
Cross everything to that Brazil grading company where you can run over the case. Yes. Send everything to P1G, the best name in video game grading.
Fair warning. $650.
Isn't P1G obsolete now, Exploded? Aren't they done? Didn't they quit? Are they still grading stuff? I thought they would literally like took down their website. Yeah, see, Game Gallery's asking the same question. I thought Next P1 was like no longer in business. And that's a genuine statement. Like, I'm not just memeing. I thought they actually stopped. George Foreman's KO Boxing for $720. Hey, Power Rangers. Someone was just asking about this. You can get yourself a perfect Power Rangers on Game Boy. The Super Nintendo game I actually rented back in the day, and it was fun as hell. Don't know if the Game Boy game's also good, but a 9.8A++ is pretty nutty. Looking for over $1,500.
Next,
that is where it's gonna close.
$1,560
on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
$2,400.
Here's Pokemon. I was just gonna call it Charizard. Here's Pokemon Red, 9.0A+ Rattata screenshot mid-production copy. Remember yesterday we saw the 9.0A sell for what, like $7,800 of the Sandshrew?
Fair warning.
Oof. 9.0A+ Rattata print here. Should be a much more reasonable price for the Pokemon collectors out there. Diego, you crossed over a P1 graded Pokemon
Fair
Super
warning.
Mystery Dungeon 90 to a 9.6A+. That's not bad. I would honestly say that's not bad, Diego. Not a bad cross.
$3,000.
Pokemon Red 9.0A+, yeah, much more affordable if you get yourself a mid-print. $2,880. And Craig, you won the Power Rangers. Dude, you are adding to your Game Boy collection. Jesus, $1,560 for a beautiful Power Rangers. Super Mario Land 9.6A+. The Mario Land yesterday was pretty damn affordable too, hey? That was one that I actually thought might get more pump. I think it was a 9.8.
$4,800.
Oh yeah, what's his face? Tim hasn't updated yet. The guy's sleeping at the wheel. Tim didn't update his website yet, I tell ya. He's had like 12 hours. I don't know why he didn't update it yet, but what's my $10 a month going to? You know what I mean? Most recent sales, yeah, 9.8A+ sold yesterday for $5,640. It just didn't feel like a lot. We'll check comps in just a second. This, well, here, okay, 9.6A+. Is this the same print? Yellow screenshots, 3-line warranty. Yellow screenshots, is this the same copy right here?
Fair warning.
This is the same variant, isn't it? $6,000? Yesterday, $5,640 for the 9.8. Pardon?
$1,100.
Frickin' pardon?
$1,500.
So as I'm saying, this one didn't really get much love. We see the 9.6 frickin' outsell it.
$1,700.
What the heck? That is that's something. That is something. That is something. Like what?
$1,800.
The last 9.8A+ only sold for $5,000 back in November 2022 as well. So I mean the 9.8A+, I can't really say it undersold yesterday based on the comps. It's like $5,500, right? November 2022. It sold right where it should have. But now today, what the heck? The 9.6A+ goes for $6,000. That's wild to me. Yeah, 8C, apparently you nailed it, man. Apparently you nailed it. Jeez. Yeah, it's the new case. No one wanted the new case. Yeah. TMNT3 Radical Rescue 8.5B from the Mark Friedman collection, going for $2,000. Tetris 8.0A.
Next lot.
Always really hard to find a factory sealed original Tetris. $3,120 for an 8.0A Tetris. One of the coolest Game Boy games you can own, honestly.
$400.
And speaking of Game Boy games, here's the frickin' Game Boy. Later production yellow screenshot on this one. Yesterday we had the green screenshot first print. This one VGA 85 later production, still pushing its way up to almost $6,000 here. We're at like $5,500. What the heck did the green screen Game Boy sell for yesterday? I know it's a different grade here, but this feels solid.
Next lot.
Selling for about 55? Yeah, 5,520. VGA 85 yellow screenshot Game Boy there. Here's a VGA 80 Game Boy. Yellow screenshot as well on this one. Yeah, seeing the 9.8 and the 9.6 there, HC, man, that was just weird. Finally, we're talking about the Gamerstonk scam. Yup. Someone in SAC bought the 9.6A Sandshrew Red yesterday. They're going to try and remove the sticker. West, was that crypto guy who showed up? No, he bought the Smash Bros. Who bought the Sandshrew Red? If you guys were here yesterday, the Sandshrew Red that sold at the Signature was a 9.6A, but it had a big metal sticker on it. It sold for like $8,700. Honestly, it was a pretty low price as far as the 9.6 goes. And the guy who bought it in the Discord is going to try and remove the sticker, and we'll see what happens.
Fair warning.
We'll see what happens. I was saying it might be risky to remove it. There could be issues. Frick, that's a $10,000 gamble right there. We will see what happened. Oh, Adam Knife bought it. Adam Knife. I was thinking of a different guy. I was thinking of Smog X or something, West.
$850, $950.
Yeah, Adam Knife. Gotcha. I've spoken with Adam Knife quite a bit, actually, so I hope it works out for him. I hope it works out for him. $8,700 is a great price if that sticker comes off clean. $8,700 is fantastic if that sticker comes off clean.
$1,100.
The Game Boy Color Console 85 Plus there. It is a purple one with the hollow strip on the side, so early production copy. $2,880, entering into N64, you guys.
Fair warning.
Starting off with the Player's Choice GoldenEye. No GoldenEye this auction, hey? No original print GoldenEye, if I recall correctly. $1,200 for the Player's Choice copy. Into Harvest Moon 64, 9.0A plus. Nice copy of Harvest Moon. Only 2 copies are graded higher on the Wada Pop report, surprisingly. Well, I guess not. Harvest Moon's always been pretty rare, but looking for $1,440. And here, I'll show you guys the, if you weren't here yesterday. I'll show you that Pokemon Red we're talking about here. If you're like, why aren't they shutting up about this Pokemon Red? Here, this is what he's going to try and remove. So the big metal sticker here sitting on Charizard's face. You can see it was already peeled at the corners here. So it's hard to say if it's going to come off clean, if it's going to... You just don't know, right? You don't know. But sold for $8,700, which is a great price. If you can get that cleaned up, that's going to be perfect. If that cleans up nicely, because you can see right beside it here, a 9.0A sold for only $800 less. So you got a 9.6 for only $900 more than a 9.0. Just got to get that baby cleaned up. We'll see what happens. That's exciting. I'm glad someone else is going to gamble on it and I can see the results. I don't want to gamble on it, but I'm glad I get to see the results. Harvest Moon went for $1,440. Ocarina of Time Collector's Edition, 9.2A plus. 3-side seam on this one. You can find Collector's Edition Ocarina of Time, 3-side seam, vertical overlap, and vertical seam, I believe. You can get all 3 different seals on Ocarina of Time. Kind of crazy. I think you can with Majora's Mask as well. So a lot of time people will see this 3-side seam version of Ocarina of Time and they're like, is that a reseal? And it's like, nope. That is another way to find it factory sealed.
Next lot.
Removing the sticker to discover it was placed over a tear. Yep. 3,240 for the Ocarina of Time 9.2A plus into Mario Golf 8.5A plus, and it looks like the yeah, Eloist. I see what you mean. There's no text on the label. They just forgot to put anything here.
Fair warning.
Big blank spot. There is fading on the top of the box though. That's why it's an 8.5, so Mario Golf 8.5A plus. There is some fading, just so you know. Looking for almost $1,200.
Fair warning. $1,100.
You're gonna bid on the purple Game Boy Color, but you backed out? Ah, I tell ya.
Fair warning.
You feel like if that sticker could have been removed, it would have. Gugon, you removed many of them.
Lot.
Yeah, I removed those stickers too. It's just, you know, once it's already been peeled at, it makes me scared. Mario Golf closes at $1,200 there. Mario Party 2, 9.8A++, looking for $2,280 on it. Someone just did a cut bid, still looking for $2,280. Here it comes, Greg. Mario Party. I can't. I just can't. I already spent, like, this is like exactly the amount I just spent on Mario Party 3. I just can't afford to buy another $2,400 game right now. I can't do it. I can't do it. Looking for $2,400 on the Mario Party 2 9.8A++. I'll get one eventually. It's the last one I need for the collection, but like
$650.
Yeah, closing at $2,280.
$750.
Yeah, Thane MP3 was the mystery package yesterday. Mario Party 3. $2,280 for the Mario Party 2, and here's a 9.4A+. Looking for $900. Someone just did a cut bid. We got $900, looking for $960 on the lower grade copy. Which one is a steal, Jacob? The $2,280?
Fair warning.
For the Mario Party 2?
Next lot.
It's honestly nice that Mario Party 2 is so freaking affordable, given that it is like a childhood favorite of so many people. Like, you know, $900, you can get yourself a very nice copy. Mario Party 2 is very affordable. Obviously, there's cases of it. There's a lot of copies out there, but like, it's nice. It's nice when some games are just like very affordable. Much more affordable, I should say, I guess. Much more affordable. I understand $900 is still a lot of money to most people. Snowboard Kids 8.0A+. Early production with the Von Carmen address. So Snowboard Kids does have a variant. Snowboard Kids does have a variant. It has to do with the address on the box. Von Carmen is the early print. I don't know what the later print says, though. I only learned about this variant like last year. Pushing its way up to $2,000 here, published by Atlas. Snowboard Kids. Only 8 on the Water Pop report. Jeez. Is there anything in your brother's collections you covet, or do they have all the best stuff, pursue different things? They are a lot younger than me, Elijah, so in general, their collections are a lot, like, worse, I guess is the easiest way to put it. They also go after quite a bit of different stuff than I do. Like, they collect a lot more, anime-related stuff, kind of more weeby stuff.
$3,000.
The one is into PSP a lot, so I don't collect a lot of PSP. They have some cool stuff, don't get me wrong, just nothing that like I collect younger stuff than them. They're 8 years younger than me, 7 years younger than me.
Next lot.
They just gravitate towards different stuff than I do for the most part.
$1,900.
Snowboard Kids 8.0A+ closed at $2,160. Super Mario 64 8.5A closing for $3,360. Wario Land 4 9.8A++.
Next lot.
Beautiful copy of Wario Land and the only Game Boy Advance game today for $2,160. The only Nintendo DS game today. VGA 95.
Fair warning.
VGA 95 looking for $2,600? What the heck does a Soul Silver sell for these days? Yo, Brady, I appreciate you being here, dude.
Fair warning.
Yeah, a lot of Doom out there, for sure. A lot of Doom out there.
Next lot.
Doom and Mario Party 2 are like, they're good examples. They just have a lot of supply out there. Soul Silver closes at 2,500 and 2,500. That doesn't feel like a ton. Here's Nintendo DSi VGA 80 Plus console, the Black Edition, or Pokemon Black version, sorry, with the carrying case and the game and the console. Is that what it comes with all in there? Looking for 2,160 on it right now.
Fair warning. $2,000.
Oh, we got some bids. Looking for 2,400 on the Black DSi console. Everyone didn't leave during Snowboard Kids like you asked. Were you actually bidding on it, Chocla? Did you actually try to win this one? 2,160 for Snowboard Kids. It's just so freaking rare that you're like probably never going to get a deal on it. You know what I mean? Anytime it comes up, it's just like, ugh. You're going to have to compete for it. Yes, fair and you lost, yeah. Nintendo DSi console, 2,500?
2,000.
Oh, still going. We got another $200 in here. Jacob, which one's your consignment? You said your consignment's coming up right away. There's a couple 100s that were sold for 5,000. Really?
Next lot.
There were VGA 100 was $5,000 on Soul Silver. That almost feels like a deal. Am I crazy? The Nintendo DSi console for 2,640. I think that's pretty freaking decent. 80 plus on it, $2,600 for a DSi? Feels pretty decent in my opinion. Nintendo Fun Club News 7.0. I don't know if you can actually get these higher than like a 7, because I think they were all folded. So I think every copy of Fun Club News is going to have a crease in it, if I'm not mistaken. 4,920 though. Holy shit. 7.0 on this. A Fun Club News. That's a serious price. Here's a 7.0 of issue number 2 of Fun Club News. Geez, almost $5,000, hey? These... Nintendo paper is no joke. Nintendo paper is no joke. We have some Nintendo Power magazines coming up, too. If you guys were like, man, why haven't we had magazines? I haven't seen magazines in a while. Why'd they take away all the magazines? Don't you worry. Don't you worry your little mind. Magazines are coming, baby. Nintendo Fun Club News issue number 3. Beautiful cover on this one. Like you can see the covers on number 1 and number 2. Not much to look at. But here's number 3 now. 9.2 from the Carolina collection. 1 in 9.2 and only 1 higher on the CGC census. Pushing its way up to almost $3,000. That's a beautiful cover, right? That's pretty easy to say that this is beautiful. Just displays super freaking nice.
Fair warning.
You're the Mega Turrican, Jacob. Yes, Sega starting just in a second here. Mega Turrican coming up. Frickin' 9.8 A++ on it. Woo! That is a beautiful copy, Jacob, of Mega Turrican. Hoping it sells for hopefully it sells for a mint for you. That's a nice game. 3,120 for the Legend of Zelda Fun Club News there. Into Game Pro number 1. This is from 1989. The first issue of Game Pro. Jeez. Looking for 360 right now. 9.0 on it. Top pop on it. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all.
Fair warning. $340.
You caught 2 Pokemons. This is how Pokemon... What did you buy, Alma? Which Pokemon games did you grab? You're actually buying stuff at the Signature? What? What? No way.
Fair warning.
No way. I don't believe it. That doesn't sound like you. That doesn't sound like you, Alma.
$800.
Game Pro number 1 closed at $432. Nintendo Power number 4, also featuring Link on the cover here. This one being Zelda 2 on the cover. 9.4. There's 6 and 9.4 and a little bit surprisingly 4 higher on the CGC census. Nintendo Power number 4 here.
Fair warning.
You bought Red and Soul Silver. Okay, so I was right then, or maybe I was a little right. That
$420.
The Soul Silver just didn't seem that expensive at $2,500. Like, I'm pretty sure sealed raw ones sell for like 1,000, don't they? People kind of go nutty for Heart Gold and Soul Silver. $1,000 for Nintendo Power number 4 into Nintendo Power number 11, 9.6 Mario Bros. 3 cover.
$750.
I've always really liked these clay design covers. They're just like, they kind of look awful, but they have so much character, so much charm.
Fair warning.
9.6 on this one.
$800.
Mega Turrican sucks, don't bid on it, yeah. Yeah, everyone has to leave during the Mega Turrican here, so frickin' Elois can try. So Elois can try and snag it. The snag'ems are in.
Next lot.
If you can even find a raw one where the seller didn't check the contents, well, that too. Exactly, right? That too. So, pretty cool there to get a Soul Silver 95. $900 for the Mario Bros. 3 Nintendo Power into Nintendo Power number 28. 9.4 Super Mario World cover. We're pushing up to $800 on this one too. All of these covers just display so freaking nice. It looks like the selection we got here is only really good covers too. We have Link to the Past coming up in 9.8, and we have Street Fighter 2 coming up in 9.8. So they only chose the most popular covers for the signature auction, which, like, dare I say it, thank God we didn't have to sit through 20, 30, 40 magazines this time around. Was that the last signature that we did that? Where there was like waves of Nintendo Power? I swear we had like an hour and a half straight of Nintendo Power magazines. I think that was the last signature auction. That was a lot of magazines. I still have PTSD from that, man. I'm like talking about past trauma right now. $960 for Super Mario World, the 9.4 Nintendo Power number 28. And yeah, these are now under 1,000. That's a 9.6, 9.4, under 1,000 for most of them. The 9.4 Zelda there went for just at 1,000. The 9.8 Link to the Past, Jesus Christ, we're getting some juice here, up over $2,000. 9.8 still bringing some shot there.
$2,000.
9.8 still bringing some heat. That NHL hockey on Genesis is fire. Is it Chell 94 or which one do they have? Oh, geez, just, which one is this, 93? What year would this one be? 9.8 A+. It's sitting at $370 right now. I think this hockey is going to get pumped, personally. I think that's going to get some love.
Fair warning.
That is freaking nice early EA hockey right there.
Next lot.
Some Canadian is just salivating at the lips for that auction. The Zelda one, Link to the Past, 9.8 going for $2,400. That's 92, the OG. Yeah, that's going to get love. That's going to get love.
$800.
No way that just gets ignored. And if you're sitting there hoping you're going to bid on it and I'm pumping it, sorry. Sorry. I don't mean to be drawing this much attention to it, but it's a nice hockey game coming up. I grew up playing the hockey game starting with 1997 on PS1. And I played like Breakaway 99 on N64 and like 2001 on PS1. And then like I played it yearly from like 01 up to, I don't know, 07. Every single year. I was a big hockey game guy. They're great. And then sporadically I played the modern ones, right? I played like maybe 2015, 2018, 2019.
$1,500.
Always a big fan of hockey sim games. But of course, I'm Canadian, right? Hockey just frickin' of course. Of course I did.
Fair warning.
Nintendo Power number 38, 9.8 Street Fighter 2. 1 in 9.8, none higher, closing for $1,680. Sega starts now with Decap Attack VGA 85 plus. Quickly pushing up to $1,000. Jeez, the live bidders. That was quick. I'm so glad these people didn't waste time. This is how I want auctions to go. Just frickin' smash that bid button, Heritage Live. Just frickin' smash it. Jesus, we're up to $1,440. Decap Attack. Yeesh. Quickly on the bidding there. Quick on the bidding. 70% done the auctioneer. Only 50 more games to go, actually.
$1,300.
We still got Sega Genesis, PS1 coming up. a little bit of PS2, Dead Space Ultra Limited Edition, PS4 Pro console sitting here. And then we have a little bit of art to close out the auction. A lot of bit of art to close out the auction. More art than I thought we had. So art at the end. Few more games here for PS1 and Xbox 360 to close off with Dead Space Ultra Limited.
Next lot.
Oh, geez, I'll give you guys the auction, too. I meant to pin this. I don't think I ever gave you guys the live auction link. Just got up to this live stream. Great content yesterday, too. Great stuff. Hey, I appreciate you. Let us jump. Appreciate you checking it out. Appreciate you being here, man.
$800.
You guys showing up to the stream gives me more value. It allows me to exist. So I appreciate you guys showing up. Decap Attack for 1,680. Evander Holyfield's Real Deal Boxing. 9.88 plus.
Next lot.
Real Deal selling for sub $1,000 now for Evander. I think we've seen Evander go as high as like multiple thousands, haven't we? Herzog's Way. VGA 90. Is this a launch title? I feel like it's very close. 1990.
Fair warning.
We'll see here. It's looking for 780 on Herzog. $720 on Herzog's Way. And a gifted there from Teleport. Let's go, dude. Esoteric Arcade getting us with the snipe. The Apple Vision Pro was pretty neat. Were you playing on it, Teleport? Do you have an Apple Vision Pro? It looks really cool.
$1,000.
Oh, it actually came out in 89? No, it's a Heritage fail. VGA did call it 89. For some reason, Heritage marked it as 1990. VGA did call it 89. Heritage did not. I don't know.
$1,200.
Okay, who's wrong? Is it 1990 or 89? Either Heritage or VGA is wrong. One of the two of them. Jordan versus Bird, 9.48 plus EA. Heritage is right. VGA got it wrong. That's another -1 for VGA fans out there. First, you had the Ninja Gaiden with that corner poke. Now you have this. Oh, I tell you. Jordan versus Bird, 9.4 plus. Early EA sports game on the Genesis here.
$1,500.
Pushing up to $1,800 is what we're looking for. This is why I think the NHL is also going to get love. These factory sealed sports games do pretty well. Do I bleach my teeth? No. No, I don't even consider myself having white teeth. So that's nice to hear. That's fantastic.
Fair warning.
I was going to buy teeth whitening for Christmas.
Next lot.
Maybe I don't need to.
$850. $1,000.
Oh, it's so silly. I've never gotten that before. Mega Turrican, 9.8 A++. Has to be the nicest copy, right? There's only 4 on the pop report. This is the nicest by far. Jesus, all right. Looking for 1,440.
$1,400.
Yeah, very random question. It's a filter on the camera. Yeah. I'm purposely whitening the teeth with the camera filters.
Fair warning.
Looking for 1,680. We got a cut bid in there. A couple people are going back and forth on this one. A couple people are going back and forth. I just want to see the load up the Evander Holyfield comps in just a second too here. Looking for 1,680.
$1,000.
Got it. Looking for 1,800 on it. Slowly but surely here, these people are going back and forth.
Fair warning.
Oh yeah, Mega Turrican's really cool.
Next lot.
Really cool game. Selling for 1,680, 9.8 A++. Hopefully you're happy with that, Jacob. I don't know what you expected out of it. I don't know what to expect out of Mega Turrican these days, so $1,680. Jordan versus Bird went for $1,740. Here's Mutant League Football.
$420.
Evander Holyfield. Yeah, Evander went from $1,600 to $1,300. That was April 2023, November 2023, and now Evander under 1,000. Just too many of them hitting the market. Kind of nuts. Only 3 copies, but you know what I mean? I don't know. 3 copies at 9.8 A+. I guess it just couldn't do it. Not that many people looking for it. Mega Turrican. The 9.8 A++. Yeah, single highest graded copy. 9.8 A+. Last sold July 2023 for 2,340.
Next lot.
Based on that comp, yeah, that's not great. Would have hoped it went over 2,000 for sure there. Yeah. July 2023, 2,340 tonight. Elois, did you end up buying it at 1,680?
$700, $1,400.
I gotta say the buyer probably got the better price here. Always shitty. Always shitty when the seller's in here. So.
Fair warning.
Mutant League Football 9.4B, $660. NBA
Next
Jam
lot.
9.8 A+. So buyer and seller are in the chat. So I mean, every now and then that's just gonna happen.
$1,100.
That Turrican was absolutely a grab.
1,000, 2,000.
NHL hockey is flying. NHL hockey is fucking flying. 9.8 A+, over 4,000 immediately. So yeah, amazing here. Tied with just one other for the top spot across both variants.
3,800, 4,000, 4,000.
Inaugural title in the EA Hockey Series. Yeah, this is nuts.
5,000.
This is nuts. 6,000, 600, 7,200, 7,800, 8,400, 9,000, 9,600, 10,000, 11,000. Sorry, what?
10,000,
12,000,
11,000,
13,000. Looking for 13,000. Wow. So when I said this was gonna do well, I did not expect this much. I thought like 5,000, 6,000, right? I was like, oh man, that'll be pretty good. But like, holy shit.
$240,
$12,000. $12,000. Seller owes Greg a commission. Yeah, well, that guy can be happy to make up for like Mega Turrican not selling that well. You know, it's like we get it both ways.
$600.
We get it both. I can give that commission to Jacob. You know what I mean? NHL hockey, $12,000 frickin' dollars, man. Jesus.
Fair warning.
NBA Jam, $1,560.
$650.
It's kind of crazy because Mega Turrican, like hasn't, like it didn't keep up with hype. You know what I mean? Like even the 9.6 A+, October 2022, $1,300.
Warning.
Like Mega Turrican just didn't,
$750.
like it just didn't grow with the market. It just didn't get big. I don't know. Maybe it's just so freaking rare that we never see it. I don't know if people just don't really care. But if you go down to like complete in-box Genesis collecting, cartridge only Genesis collecting, like Mega Turrican's one of the biggest games. It just didn't translate to like factory sealed. Or at least not yet at this point in the market.
Fair warning. Next
Shining
lot.
in the Darkness, 9.6 B+.
$1,200.
$900 for Shining in the Darkness. Sonic the Hedgehog, 9.4 CIB. Mega Turrican is niche, but to you it's one of the best in the series. People think it's ported Turrican 3, but it's the other way around. One of the best Genesis soundtracks too. Yeah, I've only ever heard good things about Mega Turrican. Only ever heard good things about it, Elois.
Fair warning.
Complete inbox Sonic. This should be a very early production here with the San Francisco address. 9.4 selling for $1,680. A frickin' CIB Sonic the Hedgehog.
$380.
NBA Jam was worth 50,000 once. Good God. You might have to send in your Brett Hull now. Yes. I agree with you, Jeff. You might have to send in your Brett Hull if it's super nice. Sports games on Genesis get some frickin' love at Heritage Auctions, man.
$750.
You know the bidders on the NHL, they are VGA collectors. Well, you can't send it to VGA. We'll just get an 80. You can't send that over. You'll get a VGA 80, man.
Fair warning.
You'll kill all the value. Sonic the Hedgehog VGA 90 uncirculated. Later production copy of the game, pushing its way up to $900 here. No, just what do I do? 1 second.
Fair warning. Next lot.
I own a 9.6 A+ Sonic 2. I had to see what the grade was on mine. $900 for a VGA 90 uncirculated.
$850.
Sonic 2 is a game that is absolutely worth owning and very affordable again. They crossed the VGA? Jesus. If they do end up crossing that hockey sup, yo, I definitely want to know how it does. 9.8 A plus Sonic Spinball. Original production copy here. Clamshell, hard case. This is nice. This is a nice copy of Spinball.
$1,000. $1,100.
Yeah, you and Eloist are in the If You Know, You Know gang of Turrican. Like I said, Odin, if you go down to CIB cartridge collecting, like Mega Turrican's right up there, man.
Fair warning. $1,200.
If we just go video games, Sega, Genesis. If we just filter by loose, how many do we have to go down to find it here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 15, 20. Ah, it's like a top 20, top 15. 97 Canadian loose. It's like a top 15 most expensive loose cartridge there.
Fair warning.
Top 20? Where the hell's Mega Turrican CIB here? Has it really fallen off that much? The hell is it? I can't even find it now, CIB. Now I feel like I missed it. Mega Turrican, 247 Canadian. Yeah, it's top 25-ish? Top 20-ish?
Next lot.
Like, it's right up there. I don't know, man. It's right up there. CIB and sealed. Or CIB and cartridge. It's up there.
$750.
Sonic Spinball, 1620.
$950. $1,000.
T2, the arcade game, 9.8 A++.
$1,100.
You don't know who won NHL, actually. This guy, talking a big game about these VGA crossover collectors and spending $12,000 on hockey. You're all just talking out of your ass there, Supyo. Nothing but fake news from you. I tell you, it's like those extra NWC photos being worth a lot of money. Nothing but fake news out of you today. I can't. I gotta just stop reading the comments there. Like, check out for the day. T2, the arcade game, 9.8 A++.
Fair warning.
Sonic Spinball closed at 1,620.
Next lot.
T2 closing at 1,560. Tommy Lasorda, 9.8 A+.
$1,600.
Nicest copy on the Pop Report.
$1,700.
I think they first offered this at the Sega Showcase in 2022.
$2,200.
Oh my God, Tommy Lasorda's over $3,000. Let's go, Tommy. Man. Genesis sports titles, man, are crazy to me. Like, this is what I mean, the difference with, like, CIB loose and sealed here. Like, Tommy Lasorda CIB is, like it's worthless, isn't it? In my head, this is like a $30 game.
Next lot.
Factory sealed, freaking 3,120. Wow, this is the best launch title? Jesus, man. In the PS1 games here, Sega had some interesting results, to say the least there. Sega had some interesting results.
$800.
Chrono Cross starts things off here. Black Label, 9.8 A+. You picked up 3 factory sealed copies of Inspector Gadget's Crazy Maze for PS1 for $13 each, free shipping. And you sent them to CGC. They're in mint condition, nothing fancy, but a good price. Yeah, you'll do well on those. You're going to be into them graded for like $50 each, so I mean, you'll do well on those. I don't think it's the most popular game, but still cool. Still cool to grab them for $13 each, free shipping. Chrono Cross is pushing up over $1,000 here. We have about 15 more games or so, and then we enter into the original art portion of the auction. Tekken Longbox was yesterday, Odin. Yes, it sold for 55,000? Does that sound right?
$1,300.
57, 60, 58? Somewhere in there, right?
$1,400.
Chrono Cross is still going, looking for 1,680. Was it 60,000? Jeez.
Fair warning. 1,500.
If you want to get yourself a 60,000 at the top of the hour here, I do have to remind you guys that Heritage Auctions is sponsoring today's stream. So in the description of the video here, you can find the upcoming schedule for all of the showcase and signature auctions. Next signature auction is taking place in May. It's going to be May 23rd to 25th. Consignment cutoff is going to be April 2nd. So you have about a month now to reach out if you want to try and get some placement into the next signature auction. Obviously, you have to have expensive games, rare games, best of the best type stuff. But if you want to get into that, the consignment cutoff is April 2nd. So reach out sooner rather than later. Video games at ha.com. There's also a link in the description you can use to reach out. Use that. It helps me out. You guys know how it is. Tell them Greg sent you. If you have raw games, they can also help you get them graded. Heritage Auctions make selling easy. Reach out today and see if consigning with Heritage Auctions is the right choice for you. And a huge thanks to them sponsoring, huge thanks to you guys being here. Chrono Cross 9.8A Plus closes at 1,680. Crash Bandicoot 7.5B, a much lower grade copy. Like that is like, you know what I mean? That's a low grade copy of Crash there. Still bringing in $1,200 frickin' dollars. Cyber Sled 9.8A. Jewel long box copy. Have we even seen this? 2 copies on the Wada Pop report. Oh, it's the 3rd time offering it. Jeez. I feel like I've never seen this before. Pushing its way over 200 bucks, looking for 300. Very low starting auction here. We'll see what ends up happening with Cyber Sled.
$300. $320.
Yeah, Borky, rare Borky won the Tommy. I didn't know if you meant Blarky or Bucky. But yeah, rare Borky makes sense, of course. You saw a 9.8A plus of that Inspector Gadget get over $400 in an eBay auction? Oh my gosh. Well, in that case, Poker Face, you're going to make out like a bandit. Jesus. You're going to make out like a bandit on those Inspector Gadgets then. Yeah, I assumed he didn't. I assumed he didn't. I assumed you guys were just memeing. Cyber Sled ended up at $372. Destruction Derby VGA 85 long box. Destruction Derby yesterday. What was it? So we have a direct comp on VGA 85 here for 2,640. I feel like Destruction Derby didn't do much yesterday.
$700.
What did it sell for? 9.8A plus went for 5,520. I meant to check comps on this. Well, I guess the last 9.6A only did 4,300, so. Remember when a 9.6 did frickin' 26,000?
$440.
Wow. The VGA 85 selling for 1,920 on Destruction Derby. So yeah, a little bit down from its last VGA 85 sale 2-ish months ago. 1,920 on that. Ultimate Battle 22, 10.0. 10.0, baby. Ultimate Battle 22. Looking for 960. I think a copy on eBay also sold for 700, 800 of this VGA, or sorry, Wada 10, I believe. I believe there was also an eBay Wada 10 that sold. This is one of the most available, most graded PS1 games, period, so.
Fair warning.
Lots of copies out there, but Wada 10, baby.
$900.
We're pushing, looking for over $1,000 on DBZ Ultimate Battle 22. What's the grail of my collection? Donkey Kong Jr. Hang Tab.
Fair warning.
NES Factory Sealed 85 Plus. That is the single greatest game I own. Like the most expensive grail, whatever you want to say. That's the big one in my collection. I also have like Hang Tab Excite Bike, Tennis, Black Box Hang Tab. That's big too. There's some big NES stuff hanging around in here. I was a big NES collector, so thankfully I actually got some of that stuff when it was propaganda. Yeah, propaganda. The rarest black box title you can actually get is Donkey Kong Jr. Hang Tab. Little known fact. Little known fact. The rarest black box title you can get. It's Donkey Kong Jr. Hang Tab, then it's Tennis Hang Tab, and then Excite Bike. Those are the rarest stuff, yo. Never forget that. 1,140 for Ultimate Battle 22. $1,100 for the WATA 10 Ultimate Battle 22. Final Fantasy Tactics Black Label 9.6A. If you guys don't know, Tactics is like a PS1 Grail. Like, it's very expensive, and it like always has been. Like, more expensive than you probably realize if you don't know it's expensive. The 9.6A here is pushing up over $1,500. We're looking for $1,800 now. 9.6A Black Label Tactics.
1,000.
We got 1,800. Looking for 1,920 on Tactics. Yeah, then Harvest Moon SNES hang tab. Exactly. Very true. Very true.
Fair warning.
Very true, Shokla.
Next lot. $320. 300, 400, 400, 500, 600,
$1,800 on Final Fantasy Tactics. Yeah, Black Label copies, man. Just like Tactics is freaking expensive. $1,800. Jet Moto 9.4A plus. First game in the Jet Moto series for the people who played this one. Had sequels, Jet Moto 2 and 3. I played Jet Moto 2 a lot. They're fun games. Fun games. Looking for $1,100 on Jet Moto.
Fair warning. $1,100. Fair warning.
The Jet Moto cover always looks faded to you. I was just reading frickin' Poker Face and Supyo.
$800.
Just reading you guys doing some yapping there at each other.
$1,400.
Jet Moto 9.4A plus for $1,200. I think that's actually pretty good for Jet Moto, isn't it? Resident Evil 2 9.8A with the sweepstakes on there. Win a part of the movie and other great prizes. If you have that Starburst thing with the prize there, that is an early production copy of Resident Evil 2. So 9.8A for $1,560. Warcraft 2 The Dark Saga 9.6A plus highest graded copy on the December Pop Report. Nice copy of Warcraft 2. Greg, you won the Jet Moto. Well, let's go ahead and do some comps on Jet Moto because I'm curious. I want to do Tactics and Jet Moto. It's always like fun seeing Jet Moto sell for a lot of money. Man, there's only 7 on the Pop Report and we haven't seen it in 3 years. Or 2 years, sorry. 2 years, 4 months. We last saw it October 2021, where the same grade sold for $1,320 on a WATA. So 2 years later, almost the exact same price for a CGC copy. Kind of funny. Like, geez, Jet Moto, man, holding up decent actually. And for whatever reason, almost every copy that's sold at Heritage has been 9.4A plus.
$950.
I don't know. Kind of weird. Tactics. We just had 9.6A. So we last saw 9.6A plus July 2023 for $1,680. Tonight, $1,800 for a lower grade copy.
$1,100.
Solid frickin' sale on Tactics and solid on Jet Moto. Yeah, Jet Moto's cool. It's fun seeing a game like this continue to get like people continue to care about it, you know? It's not all just like your biggest name games. Unless Jet Moto really is that popular, but like, I don't know. Warcraft 2, $1,000. Oh my god, I just skipped the whole auction. Now the PS1 console there, $2,640. Jeez, for a PS1 mini, eh? It's what do you call these? Do you just call it a PS1? I always call it a mini, but then they actually released a PS Mini, so now I don't know what to call this. Just a PS1 console. The PS 101. What do you guys refer to this as? $2,644. It's the small model. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, frickin' 9.8A plus. Whew. Big ass PS2 game. Big ass PS2 game. Looking for $2,400.
Next lot.
Closing at $2,280. That's cool. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 will always be cool. Way back, like, I don't know, probably 10 years ago, this used to be like the most expensive CIB on the console too. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was like up there with frickin' Rule of Rose, Haunting Ground, all that stuff. This was freaking tippy top, man. 2280 for Marvel vs. Capcom 2. PS4 Pro console, VGA 95, $3,000. Dead Space Ultra Limited. VGA 85, only 1,000 copies ever made. You had no idea people wanted PS1 that bad? Me neither. Me neither, Ren. That seems like a strong price for a PS1. 2,640. That's $1,600. It's not nothing. It's not nothing, I'll tell you that. Dead Space Ultra Limited closing at 1,920 for the VGA 85. Entering into the final portion of the auction.
$200. $3,400.
The final portion of the auction. Art. We start off with Fur Fighters. PlayStation 2 original box art. It is very, very uncommon to find original box art for anything from like PlayStation 2. That's very late for them still to be doing physical artwork. This is fucking pushing, man. Fur Fighters, not the most popular game in the world. It was on PS2 and Dreamcast, if any of you guys are familiar with it. The original art here is 32 by 23 and pushing over $10,000. Over $10,000 here. Show you guys the actual game here. This is what it actually was. This, yeah, this is what it actually cropped into. Hey, that's crazy.
$60.
You can't even like see any of the artwork. Now, of course, the auction ended, so we don't get to.
Fair warning. $70, $80, $90.
Like, look at that. That's crazy how much they cropped that.
$100.
You like can't even like they you know what I mean? The whole picture's gone. So that's the original artwork for Fur Fighters. They're selling for over $10,000.
$170.
Holy smokes! Kind of crazy, kind of cool. 10,800. Into 106 unreleased Super Nintendo video game original preliminary box art. What? Michael Bobbitt Gordo 106. Is that the name of the game? Gordo 106 is the name of the game. Unreleased. These are preliminary box art sketches for unreleased game called Gordo 106. There we go. I put it together for you guys. I put it together. Looking for $288 on these. That money is probably more about the artist than the game. Yeah, I don't know Simon Bisley or Bisley as an artist. I'm not familiar with that one, Skate Soup. Let me get caught up on you guys here. Who outbid you on the Tommy Lasorda? Were you bidding on it, Supyo?
Fair warning.
Were you actually going for that Tommy Lasorda? You can't even say it now, Lasorda.
Next lot. $280, $1,400.
The unreleased Gordo art there, the preliminaries went for $300. Bisley is a comic artist. Interesting. That makes sense then. Okay, so if people know him as a comic artist, that would definitely push the value here. Because Fur Fighters as a game, man, that's not a popular video game. Like, I had to rack my brain to even think about it. You know what I mean?
$10.
So, if he's a comic artist, that makes a lot more sense.
$30, $34,
Peter Bollinger here, this was a magazine cover for, I don't know, $1,560 is what it went for. What was this a cover for?
$55.
Computer magazine cover art. I don't want to miss the next piece here. Preliminary, or no, sorry, this is Outer Worlds unreleased comic book cover original sketch art from 2019. Paul Davidson on this one for the Outer Worlds. Looking for only $89. Jeez. It's on a 15 by 10 on this one.
Next lot. $64. $120.
This is Time Slip. 2 original preliminary box art. Sketch and a, I don't know what you call the top one.
$170.
Preliminary art. A color composite.
$180.
I think is what you call it. Yeah, geez. Greg trying to understand fine art. It's like a whole different freaking language, man. I'm a video game collector. I only know hang tabs, rev A's, production dates, and stuff like that. But I can't tell you that that's composite art. You met him once at a comic and card show, and you got an original page from a comic you were a fan of. Unfortunately, no idea where the... How did you...
$260.
You met a comic artist, you got an original page from a comic that you were a fan of, and then you lost it? The order of events, Skate Soup. The order of events.
Fair warning.
I don't get it. The time slip art here is slowly pushing its way up over $300, looking for $384. How do you lose something like that? We have 19 pieces of art to go here. 88% done the auction. Cult classic. Have yourself a good night, dude.
Warning.
I appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you guys coming out tonight. We're on the home stretch here. The home stretch.
$380.
I don't know what the big pieces of art are here coming up. Roco magazine covers. This is Dino Crisis 2 on this one. That's kind of cool. That's really cool. The Batman Beyond
Next
one.
lot.
That's also a gaming magazine. Game Power magazine there with Batman Beyond.
$320.
Battle Arena. It took me a second there. I was going to call it Street Fighter.
$440.
We'll see how these do. The time slip cover went for $432 there, or the preliminary arts. This is Imperium. Super Nintendo original unused box art. Piece done by Lawrence Fletcher, 20 by 15. This is unused art. The actual box art for Imperium looks like this.
$650. $700.
So this, give me a bigger picture here. This is what they actually used. Oh, fuck off. Come on, help me out here. You guys can't see it. The chat's in the way. Chat, you guys have to move.
$750.
There's what the actual one looks like. It's super freaking tiny, but... Can I open it in a new tab? You guys get the point. This is terrible. Work with me.
Fair warning.
All I'm trying to show you guys is that alternate box arts are made.
Next
like
lot.
alternate drawings, paintings, all that stuff is done in this world. And it's like, you can have the unused one where they developed that, they painted it, but in the end, and I mean, it looks like,
fair warning.
Dare I say, it doesn't look that good. Dare I say, this looks pretty freaking weird. So I can see why they didn't use it. Went for $870. The one that they actually did use simply looks better. Yeah, get out your magnifying glass. Seriously, I'm not helping you guys out here.
Warning.
This is Top Gear 3000 preliminary box arts.
Next lot.
Selling for $204 there. These are Matt Haley Crimson Skies original art group of 8 storyboards. Crimson Skies being a plane fighting game on original Xbox. If any of you guys played that. Yeah, $870 for it. It's one of those things, if you want to get these like original art pieces from the Super Nintendo era, they still do have value even though they're kind of jank. Even though they're kind of jank, they still got value. They still got value. The alternate Tetris 2 that Jeremy has is cooler than the official art. I agree.
Fair warning.
Sometimes the unused one doesn't even make sense. Like sometimes the unused art is really fucking good. This just isn't one of those instances. The actual art simply looks better in my opinion. But you guys know original art, right? It's all about the eye of the beholder.
Fair warning.
Art is about the experience it takes you on.
$24.
Those Crimson Skies storyboards go for $240 here. This is Matt Haley again for the game 13. 13 came out on everything, yeah. PS2, GameCube, and Xbox. Not a game I ever played though, and I don't know if anyone like was 13 a big game?
$70.
I don't know. I just know it released on every single console. I don't know if it's like, I don't know if people played it or collectors like look for it, but
$90.
group lot of 3 original video game concept art pages for 13. Looking for $124 on these.
Fair warning.
13 has become a cult classic.
$100.
It's one of those games where like, I just don't ever see people talk about it. I don't ever hear people talk about it, you know? Oh, I need to go back to full screen. I'm giving you guys some desktop view there. That's all my secrets. Don't look.
Fair warning.
Don't look at my desktop.
Next lot. 320.
The 13 art there going for 129. This is nice. This is from Nitro Racer's PC game.
7, 8,
Group lot of 2. You get the original, final, and the preliminary. So I don't know which one's the preliminary and which one's the final.
$500.
I kind of like this brighter one better. I don't know which one's the final though or not. I don't know the game. Mick McGinty as an artist is well known. So
Next
you just
lot.
get 2 frickin' sick paintings of a car game is the way I see it. I don't think the game Nitro Racers itself actually matters, but Mick McGinty art does matter. And I mean, these look fucking great. Like that's just objectively a really good painting. So $1,680 for it there.
$280.
This is Lara Croft Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life, original art group of 11 storyboards from Paramount Pictures 2003 and done by Mike Plug. I've not heard of Mike Plug.
$440.
Yeah, 11 original storyboards here for Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life. Pushing its way up over $500. Very easy. Looking for $600 on it.
$650. $750.
Big news update on Herzog's Way here. It was released in Japan in December 1989 and North America January 1990. North America is number 1, so you say Heritage wins. I mean, if it's a North American copy, I kind of want to see the North American date on it, I think. I think that makes sense. But, no, I've never heard of Mike Plug, no. I don't know comic artists. I'm not a big comic guy in general. So if someone, like if Mike Plug, it looks like he was a movie illustrator too. But if this guy exists in the comic world doing a lot of stuff, like I don't know. It's never been a world I dove deep into. Art, illustration, comic drawings. Yeah, speaking of Plug, make sure to plug that like button. Very good reminder, Duker. I just don't know a lot about comic artists and the people who actually like draw this stuff. Not a world I really went down. This is Roco PlayStation Magazine number 6, Dino Crisis 2 original magazine art cover. Over $1,000 on this too. Jeez.
Fair warning. Next lot.
Dino Crisis 2 there going for $1,200. Herzog sold for what, like $890, I think? This is from Onimusha Warlords here. Roco PlayStation Magazine number 13. 14 by 11 on this one for the Onimusha fans out there. Yeah, over $1,000 on this as well. You're not into comics, but you like Plug's art in general? Jeez.
$1,600.
90s magazine art was so awesome. Yup. You can just tell, like, it's great. It is. Onimusha. Almost going up to $2,000 here. So to get $1,800?
Next
lot. Jeez. $1,800 for the Onimusha. This one being Battle Arena to Shinden 2. Roco Super Game Power Magazine number 24 from 1993. How much did the Herzog sell for? Like $800? Supyo? I can go ahead and take a quick comp look at that on the Herzog's Way. I thought it was kind of cheap, but I'm not sure now.
$460.
9.88 plus last sold for $1,000. 85 plus back in 2022 was $1,600. So 9.88 plus sold for $1,000. What happened tonight? I don't remember the grade or the price. But 9.88 plus November 2023.
$500.
I can probably just scroll backwards, actually. It's not that far ago. Herzog's Way was $720 for a 90. So, yeah, I would say that went kind of cheap tonight, Supyo. I would say that went kind of cheap tonight. That was a snag.
$600.
Battle Arena to Shinden, very slowly working its way up here. Auction started all the way at 280. We're up to, we're over 600 now. Slowly but surely.
Fair warning.
90s magazine art is better than AI art for now. AI art's coming, baby. AI art is going to take over everything. Don't you worry. The Shindig goes for $660 in the end. Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker. This is just really cool. Roku Superpower Game Magazine number 83. Just super nice. It's a 12:9 on this one. It is always worth checking out how big the art is, just so you know if you're getting something that's like, you know, massive or you're getting like a piece of paper. The pictures don't articulate how big it's going to be, you know what I mean? That almost feels like a deal at $1,170. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Like freaking Dino Crisis went for $1,200, Onimusha $1,800. Batman $1,100? I don't know, man.
$320.
I thought Batman was going to get a little bit more love, just because it's Batman, right? Alex Sanchez, The Evil Within, released and unreleased comic book cover group of 2. Titan Comics 2014. Yeah, the original cover art for a comic book for The Evil Within. Features Ruvik on the cover. For any of you guys who played The Evil Within. This one featuring, I don't even know, what's on the cover of this?
Fair warning, $420.
An unreleased alternate for issue number 4. These are cool. The Evil Within's a cool game.
Fair warning.
The Evil Within is a cool game. A pretty solid modern horror title, if I do say so myself.
$550.
The Evil Within art going for $480. Fuck, my nose will not stop itching here. I'm dying.
$650. $700.
$480 for The Evil Within. This is Val Semikis and John Del Lobo, unreleased SNES game, and Genesis video game original, unused box and... What's the game? Lobo? Is Lobo the video game, I think? Lobo, unreleased SNES and Genesis video game, original, unused box and spot illustration art. Pretty sure the game is Lobo. A fighting game developed for both Super Nintendo and Sega. A prototype exists for the Genesis version, but the game was never published. There we go. So yeah, Lobo is the game, just never actually came out.
$400.
So $1,000 for some original, unreleased video game box art there. Kind of cool. This is Skeleton Warriors, PlayStation and Saturn original art collage painting.
$750.
A fun fact, you have a family member who draws the current Batman comics? What the hell? Who the hell are you, Duker? Do you also work in the industry in some capacity or no? That's really cool, man. That was a steal on the Batman. You agree? Usually Batman fans go nuts. Yeah, I just expected Batman fans to pump it, Comac. That's what I expected as well. Just for Batman fans to show up and kind of pump it. Comic book people, like, you know, compared to video game people, comic book people, sports people, it just seems like they have endless money. Like the hobbies just have endless money in them. So if I see something comic book related, like original Batman art, it's like, oh, well, you know, $1,000 is a lot of money for a video game person, but like for a comic book hobby, that's nothing. It's just like, there's just the amount of money that sloshes around in the hobby is so much more. Skeleton Warriors goes for $900 there. This was Castlevania, some art there from the Belmont Legacy for $780. This is art from Exodus Guilty Dreamcast. Spotlight the character Neos from Exodus Guilty. I don't know that game. Should I know that game?
Fair warning.
2 pieces of art here from that game.
Next lot.
Selling for $240.
$60.
We also have more here from, this is Exodus Guilty as well on the Dreamcast. You want this Belmont, but you have no clue what it even is? Yeah. You and me too, Sup, yo. You and me too. Some of this stuff is like $90. Just deep. It's just deep, man. What the hell is Exodus Guilty? You know what? It looks like it's Japanese only. So now I feel good. It looks like it's Japanese only, so now I don't have to feel bad about not knowing the game.
$850.
Because I was like, shit, I know every Dreamcast game that exists. I know every Dreamcast game. But then, you know what I mean? I'm getting hit with this, and
$950.
so it looks like the person you get there, you can see him with his gun on the cover. That's the art that was being sold, I think. Right? That's what it was?
Fair warning.
Yes, that's what it was. It was him on the cover holding his gun. Kind of cool. This here is Greg Williams' Primal Rage. These are beautiful. Jesus. I'm kind of sad I missed this auction. Now, these are from Primal Rage. What are these? Original comic book cover art. Like, especially this one. This one? Like, this is crazy, man. That is just crazy art. Jesus. 14 by 9 on each one of them.
Fair warning.
Man, that's cool. Those are just nice pieces of art. This here is Gary Winnick, Maniac Mansion, PC video game original signed character development illustration. If you're a Maniac Mansion fan, this is pretty freaking cool. Yep, and the bidding agrees. We're over $3,000 on this. Those the Primal Rage ones only went for $1,000 too. I'm almost surprised they didn't get a bit more love. It's just like really nice art.
Next lot.
The Maniac Mansion 3,120s, and this is Star Wars Rogue Squadron for the N64 original preliminary concept box art. So a very popular game on N64, Star Wars. It's preliminaries to the final box art. Very cool here. This measures 11 by 7. Over $3,000, pushing its way up to $4,000. No, you don't work in the industry as well, but he does, obviously. He has a few of his own comics, and he does for DC too, but doing Batman is his main claim. That's crazy. That is crazy,
the auction
Duker.
is now closed. Thank you for participating.
The total auction went to $1,900,024,000. Oh man, I can't even say that number right now. We're just shy of 2 million auction total. Just shy of 2 million. What got an F for being boring, Doors? What got an F? The last two will probably pop. Maniac Man. Yeah, the Maniac Mansion did really well, and so did that Rogue Squadron. The Rogue Squadron went for like 3,800, I believe. Virtua Tennis is the most fun game on Dreamcast. I don't know a lot about, like, I haven't played a lot of Dreamcast, to be completely honest with you guys. I just know, like, most of the games. You joined the Discord yesterday. I'll share some of this stuff in there at some point. Please do. Please do. Yeah, join the Discord if you guys aren't in the Discord. Links in the description of the video. The Discord is just growing. More and more people are joining. As the hobby's getting more steam and more hype here, the more people are going to be joining the Discord. It's going to be a bigger community. It's freaking awesome. Join up if you're not in. Link in the description. Exodus Guilty got an F for being boring. Well, I guess that's why we didn't see it in North America, hey? I guess that's why we didn't see it in North America. I mean, hey, Duker, man, if you were being sarcastic, I mean, Lettuce Jump just took you up on it. Lettuce Jump just agreed with you, so Virtua Tennis must be pretty damn good. Yeah, Lettuce knows. It must be pretty damn good. So that does it for Session 2. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any way to just break down Session 2. It brings up the results for the entire auction. I don't think there's a way to just look at Session 2's results. Oh man, some Dragon Ball Z stuff is coming up. Oh baby. I might have to check that out. Yeah, it filters to the entire auction, unfortunately, so I can't quickly go through the Session 2 results. But I appreciate you guys coming out for the auction this weekend. That does it for another signature auction in the books. Next one's coming up in May. We got 3 months to think, to recuperate, to put together some money, to get some things to sell if you want, to save up some money to buy. 3 months until the next one. This one overall, I would say, you know, just compared to the last signatures we've had, and again, it's especially above this like $10,000 mark. We just saw some actual shit getting 16, 15, 20, 25, 30, 50,000, 84,000, 114,000. We had some big money coming into this auction. Obviously, it's not 2021. It's never going to be 2021 again, but when we actually see some of these really good games like the Tekken still bringing in $55,000, personally, I think it's a good sign for the upper end of the market. Like, a lot of the... I'll make a whole video. I'll make a video talking about it. I don't need to yap here anymore. We've already been sitting here for 3 hours. I don't need to keep you guys any longer. We can see as soon as the art started here. You guys can't see. 1 second. Let me just minimize a bit. Here's where the art started. And the little art section there, we lost 20% of the people. You know, by the end of the auction there, people are getting a little bit tired. People check out. So I don't blame you guys. It's been an absolute marathon this weekend. So appreciate you guys coming out. Of course, the Tuesday auction will still exist. We can talk about everything more live there. I'll make a recap video, maybe tomorrow. I might just rest my voice tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. But on that note, everybody, huge thanks to Heritage sponsoring. Huge thanks to you guys coming. Join the Discord. I'll be in there talking. Have a good night, everybody. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. There's a Smash Melee tournament on this weekend, full bloom. Go check that out. It's going to be a good weekend. Have a good night, everybody.